Well, hey, how's it going? KB here with you. Welcome to Tuesday Night Fistivities, episode 46. I just realized I should have done something cool like that. Yo, 46, yo. KB with you, Karyn Bryant. I realized though, there was a part of me that was like, hey, maybe on the show I should really just be like, it's Tuesday Night Festivities with Karyn and Henato. But the thing is, nobody likes a Karyn these days, right? Nobody likes a Karyn. Nobody's feeling a Karyn. So KB, I think, is a little bit better. And also, I'm not a Karyn. I'm not like that kind of Karyn. But KB, if you just call me KB, it makes things a lot easier. And, whatever. So listen, tonight we are going to have a lot of fun. Cynthia Calvillo is going to be on. She is such a cool girl. I haven't talked to her in a little bit. We have done some interviews and stuff in the past, and I was ready to work her fight the other day. And then unfortunately, last minute, Nina wasn't feeling good, had a stomach bug. That fight got canceled, but luckily they kept it intact. And they're going to be fighting at UFC San Diego, and I'm working that show as well. So I'm very excited that I didn't miss out on working a fight that I'm very excited about. So, but yes, Renato Laranja will be with me in just a bit. For those who don't know, perhaps this is the first time you've ever seen this show. We talk a lot about MMA, obviously. I've been a UFC anchor for 10 years now. So pretty great. Love it. Absolutely love it. And Henato is a 27-time jiu-jitsu world champion. So he is very well versed in martial arts as well himself. If I'm honest, he is a bit of a throwback in terms of his attitude sometimes. But yeah, that's maybe a polite way of phrasing it. Okay, hey, so let me just say hi to some folks. Yeah. Oh, hey, Dinah. Hey, yay. Okay. Question here from VT before we get started. Hey, KB, did you and Angela Hill postpone? What had happened was it's been a while since there's been an episode, I assume, because Angie has a fight coming up. Just curious. Okay, so VT, yes. We actually kind of went on hiatus with that show because Fight Pass decided that they wanted to pick up the old show that she used to do with Jessica Pena. So Fight Pass was like, hey, do you girls want to do the show over here on Fight Pass? So they said, yes, of course. Why wouldn't they want to do that? And so she is doing that one there. She also has a podcast called The Ceremonial Weigh-In that she does with her husband, Adam. So you can see that. And then she also is on Sirius XM Radio. So there was just a lot going on. And it just sort of seemed like, we should just probably put ours on hiatus for a little bit. And because to be honest with you, Fight Pass and Sirius are much bigger platforms that are going to be able to advertise way, way more than we ever could. So she'll probably find much more success there. So at any rate, you can find, Ceremonial podcast that she does with Adam, like I said, and Two Straws with Miss Jessica Pena. So look for those on Fight Pass. I think she said they're going to do those a couple times a month. So that should be going. I think they started, but I'm not 100% sure. So that is it. But yes, if you're watching, she's been training like a badass. So really excited to watch her scrap again. So yeah. Okay, so Henato will be on. Cynthia will be on. I can tell you guys about, Karyn. It's been a minute. I'm a little out of practice. I'm not going to lie. I didn't forget, but I'm a little bit rusty on how, on the flow of everything here. But here, I actually do make something to sort of explain what is on the show. And here we go. So this is what's coming up on the show for today. So Cynthia Calvillo interview, obviously, which is going to be great. We will recap UFC 277, kind of have some reactions to that. I've got some highlights of the entire main card there, so we can talk about that. Prayers up for my homie Anthony. Hope he is okay. Hearing some stuff about his ankle, so prayers up to the homie. I love that dude. Yeah. So also Chidi's choice. Remember Chidi, the bearded dragon? He makes picks for the fights. And it turns out, you guys, Chidi's actually been doing really well. So initially we thought Chidi picked the losers. And I was wrong about that. He doesn't pick the losers. He actually picks the winners. So Chidi's been spot on lately. And the last one he did, he missed last week because I was on vacation. So he did not pick a winner in the Nunes Pena fight. But the last one he picked was Curtis Blades. And I remember saying it, oh, that's going to really upset the home crowd. But Chidi picked Curtis. And before that, he had also picked Fiziev over RDA. Yeah, and I believe he picked Sarukian. Chidi's on a bit of a roll. So you might want to follow. So we will have Chidi's choice as well. And looking ahead to, Jamahal and Thiago this weekend. And, yeah, like I said, Henato and I will catch you up on our vacations. And then obviously you guys always have questions. We love to get to that. So I think I just took myself out of the show and left that here. Like I said, been a minute. Okay, so hey, Chidi only picks food. Yeah, Randy, you're not wrong. And the thing is, now we realize Chidi definitely goes to the right all the time. So we've found ways to kind of neutralize that tendency and to make it, just completely random. I asked Chidi's handler, my daughter, if we could spin him around humanely. But I meant backwards, not like spin him around in circles. I just meant like turn him backwards. And then would he be like, oh, hey, girl, hey, there's some arugula. But no, she thought that might not be a great idea. So we just put Chidi down and Chidi doesn't go to the right. But the question apparently now, I guess, is whose name falls to the right? Speaking of falling to the right, I can't even make that transition without laughing my ass off. I have no idea which way he leans, but ladies and gentlemen, the 27-time world jiu-jitsu champion. Hold on a second. I'm out of practice, folks. The world jiu-jitsu champion, Mr. Renato Laranja.
Yeah.
Hey.
Look at that one. Okay, let me give the people what they want. Okay.
Hi.
There we go. Look at that one. First of all, my Johnson right now is leaning to the left.
I don't want to know.
You asked which way I lean.
I don't want to know.
I
don't want to know.
Listen, it's like the leaning tower of pizza. Look at that one.
Greasy.
Or no, greasy?
Cheesy.
That too. But it's also, it's like the strambol. Instead of a pizza, it's more like a strambol. Strambolino.
Hey.
Yeah.
How are you? I missed you. I can't believe I'm even saying this, Henato. So here's the thing. I missed you. It's nice to see you. But at the same time, on my vacation, didn't think of you at all.
Well, absent is make the heart to go fun.
Absinthe makes people crazy, doesn't it?
That's true. But I got a bones to pick with you.
What do I do?
Don't you think it's a little cold-hearted? You said, just because he picked a couple of the Hong ones, you got to put the guy down now?
Chidi?
Yeah, you said you're putting him down.
Oh, no. No, we're not putting him down. No. We put him down to do the thing. We're not putting him. No, oh my God.
I thought, because I was like, you guys drive a hard bargain for her. I mean, what the fuck? This guy, he's not going to play along with the gag? So you're going to put him down?
Chidi's actually been on, like, he's been money lately. He's gotten them right. And if you remember, he didn't get to work the last one because we were on vacation, but he actually picked Curtis Blades.
Yeah, but the judges, I don't know.
Look at, anyway, we are going to have Cynthia Calvillo on tonight, Henato. Be good. She's a cool girl. I don't want you to get all Henato-y on her. Just take it.
Just look, I can't control if these guests get attracted from me. That's not my, I'm just, I'm as God made me for her.
Mm-hmm. What you been up to? I was in London and I had an amazing time, and we can get into it after the interview. What have you been up to lately? Because it's been a couple weeks.
Well, I was once again in federal child support court. And unfortunately, I was lost, and now I'm going for an appeal.
No.
Yeah, I found an obscure writ of habeas corpus. I mean, put the system on trial. Okay?
You can't handle the truth.
Now, they can't handle that one. Listen, I'm going to be a thorn unto their side. Don't you worry. I'm going to got the last laugh here.
Okay, well, I'm very sorry. Hold on one second. I'm sorry to hear that it didn't go your way, but
Yeah, sorry, true.
hey, well, listen, I was letting people know what was coming up on the show. I just wanted to see if there was any questions we should get to before we we started, but whatever. But this one is just saying hey night.
Yeah.
And
That's
feels
like
so
peach.
good.
That's like a peaches and herb. Boy.
Isn't
Wait, is
that
that peaches and herb or is
Yeah,
that,
it's peaches and herb. No, you're right. It's peaches and
it's
herb.
not Ashford and Simpson? Because I get those one.
Oh, it is Ashford and
But then again, they do solid
as a rock. That's Ashford and Simpson. Reunited is Ashford and Simpson is solid as a rock. I think Reunited is peaches and herb.
Reunited and
Hold
it
it.
feels so
Alexa,
good.
who sings Reunited?
Peaches and herb.
Peaches and herb. Yeah. Yeah.
Reunited and it feels so good.
Good.
And then I don't remember the rest of the one. What?
Reunited because we understood. We both served in this, but sugar, this one is it. We both are so excited because we're reunited. Hey, hey. Okay, now. And then she does that talkie part. We're like, da, 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 phone call.
That's the part. That's the song that you want to play if I make love to you.
No.
And then you know what's happened? When you do that, we go like this. Look, Poja.
No.
You know, both that one, and then you look, even one cheer come, and then you're like, God, I can't believe took us this long to be
Stop.
To be
it's
united.
not gonna. It's not. It is a classic. What it makes me think of, like to me, that seems like the ideal couple skate song. Do you know what I mean? Like at a roller rink, like a couple skate.
Hands with your Uncle Henato, and I'm wearing my suede roller skates. Yeah.
Or they chocolate suede, like
you know what I would wear too? You know those Jamaican shirt that's like in mesh?
Yes, of course.
And I have like some Jordache jean or whatever, tight Jordache, dark, very dark.
Totally.
Very dark blue.
Totally. And they were like semi-high waisted, right? Like.
Oh God.
Hey, well, listen, I don't know if she is into couple skate, but she is really into jujitsu. She is obviously one hell of a fighter. She is joining us now because she is fighting coming up at UFC San Diego against Nina Nunes. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Cynthia Calvillo.
Oh,
hey, what's up, guys?
Oh God, are you?
Hey, girl.
Look at you. Now, I got a question here. First of all, is it my eyes or is it a little blurry over there?
Oh, yeah. Do you have one of these? Can you wipe your lens off?
Let me see.
I know you got some of that hashish oil on there, probably.
Probably. I don't know.
She's like, yeah, well, that's actually legitimately possible.
Oh, that's better.
How are you? That is better. How are you?
I'm doing good. Just finishing up this fight camp. I can't wait. I feel like it's deja vu. I feel like I've been in this camp for like months.
You probably have.
It feels like that. Hey, center up a little bit more, Cynthia, too. You're a little bit askew here.
She was trying to get further away from your Uncle Henato for her. Don't worry, I'm not going to bite that one. But then again, wait. Be united and it feels so good.
Good. So, yeah, listen, I was saying before you joined us here that, yeah, it is deja vu all over again because just a couple of weeks ago, I was at work hyping up your fight. And then unfortunately, day of, it got called off. And was that maybe the second or third time that's gotten kind of pushed or moved or canceled?
Well, originally I was supposed to fight Brianna Van Buren June 4th. And then she pulled out. And so then we looked for a new opponent. And then Nina was looking for a fight. And so we're like, all right, yeah, this is a good fight.
I would never pull out on you, God. No. I can't believe someone would even think about that one. I couldn't even help myself.
Anyways, they found a new opponent, and so we got rebooked with the Nina July 9th, which gave me an extra 5, and then she she got sick after weigh-in,
Yeah.
so gave me another extra 5 weeks. So I've been in
Gosh.
camp since like February.
She got sick. What she
Yeah.
got sick with for her? Calvillo?
No.
I have no idea. We both weighed in, and then next thing I know, on fight day, I got a call at 8 a.m. They're like, Nina's sick. She's not fighting. And I'm like,
Mm.
I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I guess it's back to work. I had to.
And it sucks. Because I saw her I saw her at the hotel. She was like, you know what I mean? We're ready to go. We were talking about her being back, like it sucked.
Are you
I'm sorry
suggesting
that
she
happened.
was making a tall tales about her being sick for her?
No, I mean, I just
No,
don't know.
Karyn Bryant.
No, I'm not saying that at all. That's what I'm saying.
Feeling
I'm saying
good?
it's incredibly unfortunate. No, I totally.
Yeah, she seemed normal the day before too, from what I hear from people. So
Yeah.
it's very unfortunate. She ended up going to the hospital. So I'm just glad that it was just a stomach bug. Nina had to go to the hospital that night after.
Yeah.
I guess she had a stomach bug. I don't know what she ate, but yeah, she got sick.
It sucks. It sucks.
I'm gonna stay away from that.
Just please. You're talking about the champion. You're talking about the champion, Henato.
Yeah.
The double champion.
It's a double whammy for her.
You wish you could get that double whammy.
They wish. God,
they wish. But so it is, obviously it's mixed martial arts. You guys know how to do everything. But do you see it simply as a striker versus grappler matchup for you?
I mean, I feel like I'm well-rounded everywhere, but I would say that for her, she's the strongest with her striking, and for me, my strongest is grappling. So if we have to cancel out the well-roundedness, then yeah, it's going to be a striker versus grappler match. Just especially given the losses that she has in her record before, it's usually Mackenzie Dern, Tatiana Suarez. So it's all like kind of. I'm pretty sure she's going to try to stick and move and stay long. So.
Mm-hmm.
That's precisely my strategy usually too, Paul. I'm stick and move, and I'm always stay long. I can't help it.
I bet. Yeah. What is this? What's this music?
That's my theme music.
It is his theme music. So listen, I was telling Henato that you have been kind of moving around, because I was remembering, I was like, hey, I did all this fight prep stuff for you in advance of your fight the other day. And so I wanted to talk to you about this. But the kind of story has been going that over maybe sort of the last year and a half, 2 years, you've been like finding a new home sort of for yourself in terms of gym wise, but moving around, trying some new things, trying some things out, maybe seeing what fits, what doesn't. What's that experience been like for you, and sort of what initiated that? Because at first you were an alpha male girl, right?
Yeah. So I was at Team Alpha Male for a while, and then the coaching, they switched gyms, and I feel like I had, kind of served my time there, and nothing lasts forever. So,
you served your time. Oh, that doesn't sound good.
Just
correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like you being there. You ever seen the movie The 50-Foot Woman or whatever? I feel like because those guys is alfalfa male is like a little people.
Stop.
What?
Well, I mean, there's definitely people that were my size or smaller. So no, just kidding. But it helped me out a lot when I was there for a while, and so
they tried to capture her, make her stay, and they throw hopes and all kinds of stuff, and because they have like a little society.
Oh, it's Gulliver's Travel stuff.
They got me because Sacramento's called City of Trees, and they were just like, we got all kinds of trees, And I was like, all right.
Yeah, it's like a Keebler. No, because they have a little guys and they live in a hollowed out tree.
They don't though.
Female guys.
They don't. And
they make EL fudge. And the toll house, poor huh? Anyway, that's another story.
They don't.
Yeah.
They don't.
So, anyways, I got tired of the tree life house, so then I just the tree house, and I just kidding. Okay. But I decided I needed to make a move, and so I was like, let's go to Vegas and try it out. I had some injuries that were bothering me at a shoulder surgery that I needed to get. And so, I came out here and I just been trying to figure it out. I think I try to stay active in the time of dealing with injuries and just trying to figure it out. But I think I found a good place. I'm at Syndicate now, so I'm really
with
happy.
Wood, John Wood.
Yeah, John Wood. Yeah.
Oh,
John Wood and Joanne Calderwood.
And Joanne Calderwood. Calderwood. Yeah.
Calderwood.
I love it.
That's crazy how they both have Wood in their last name.
Yeah, Wood. So yeah, you got a lot of people over there. You also had, well, she just retired, but you had what's her name? Now I can't think of her name. The sweet one, that the glasses, the nerdy one.
Oh,
Roxy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still get to train with Roxy occasionally here. She still grapples, so she'll come to jiu-jitsu classes. But yeah, she's still around. It's pretty cool to see her just because she's obviously one of the pioneers of the sport, and she's had 50 fights as a professional female fighter, which is crazy, So
she probably bring a lot of positivity too, huh?
Oh yeah, she's just sweet all the time, and they hard. Anytime that anybody would try to get all angry with her, I'm just like, but it's Roxy. Look at her. She's just so sweet.
Some people don't like that kind of thing that make people angry or whatever.
I've seen it. It's kind of weird. They're like, you can't. They get mad that they're trying to, get mad. They're like, don't be so nice. I'm trying to beat you up.
I know, yeah. No, she's such a sweetheart. And there is just a lot of talent there. Obviously, there's a ton of UFC talent there. So it's like everybody, I would imagine every week would be pretty intense because it's almost always a fight week for somebody or just about to be a fight week for somebody. But didn't you, so how, are you feeling a different energy going into this? Because, sometimes when you switch gyms, it can be hard to kind of implement a new system and make it to where, you know what I mean? It's second nature and you don't have to think about everything you're doing and stuff, right? So what was it about those guys at Syndicate that made you feel connected to what they were doing?
I think it was overall a number of things of changes. It's just, it's a smaller gym. So you have more consistency with the group that you see versus the other gyms that, I went to Extreme Couture, 10th Planet. They have, whether you're at the PI, it's just constant, new people. There's a million coaches and, it's just kind of hard. Some people can thrive through that. I like more of a smaller gym kind of feel where we're all kind of together. So, kumbaya, whatever you want to call it. But, there's a lot of girls there. Joanne Calderwood, Emily Whitmire, Ramona Pasqua. There's Gian that's, comes in there periodically as well. Yes. There's a lot of, Shayna Young, a lot of women in there. So we usually have about anywhere from 10 to 20 girls on the mat at, any given practice, which is great, and on top of that, we have a lot of good training partners as well. And I've just kind of blended it in. I really like the, John Wood and Joe, they're great. It's pretty much Joanne's the mama of the gym, and and Wood's the dad, and so it's kind of cool to just kind of see that dynamic. And then also as well, I started working with a new boxing coach named George Capetillo. He's one of the best professional boxing coaches in the world. He coaches Tyson Fury. He just coached Brandon Moreno, so help him retain the title. He also coaches Anthony Pettis. He coaches Andy Reid. So it's been great. That's also given me a lot of more motivation and confidence because he reminds me of my dad because he's just straight up Mexican. As soon as we walk into the gym, it's nothing but Latin music. And, it made me feel more calm. So it was a very nice, a nice find out here in Vegas where I can finally feel at home because his wife, his whole family, they run the gym as well. So all his sons and his wife are there. And it just kind of feels oh, I'm back home with my family.
Nice.
Nice. So I'm more calmed out and confident, and I think I found a really good spot. For a bit, I was just kind of scrambling a little bit, but
yeah.
And he have a free hot sauce you get from that because he's the brand Tapatio.
Tapatio.
Oh wait, it's not. Oh, it's not Chapachino.
No, so it's different.
But it sounds like it. Maybe his cousin did it.
I hope it's his cousin.
But yeah, you guys had to be excited because I was actually going to ask you about that. So I'm glad you brought that up because on your Instagram, you've shared some pictures with you and Brandon. I love that kid. I met him, when I used to do Tough Talk. So I met him right away on The Ultimate Fighter. And then obviously over at the UFC, I work with him because he calls the fights for the Deportes. And he's just the greatest kid. And it was, look at, that on that fight, they're both fantastic fighters. It's may the best man win. Yeah. but you have to feel so good about knowing that your teammate, your homie, is the champ again.
No, I mean, it's crazy what he's had to go through in the last 2-3 years, but it's also very inspirational and motivating, like for him to like, get cut from the UFC, to come back, having, 1 or 2 fights and back into the title contention right away, and he's always willing to step up. He doesn't cut any corners. He's a great role model, not only to all athletes, that have like dealt with losses and stuff, but also just like, kids and just people in general, like. And I have no idea how he does it. He like also does the whole commentating thing. He does all the extra work outside of the cage. On top of that, focusing on how he can retain a title and continue to be a champion. And it's just like, how do you juggle all of it? Like, trying to be obsessive about becoming a champion, but you also got to watch everybody else's fight and do a bunch of homework and like kind of have a little bit of selflessness away, which for a fighter, that's hard to do. You have to be very selfish. So it's quite incredible, and like honestly, he's somebody to like look up to, in and out of the cage, and he's so sweet and he's so nice and he's so friendly with everybody. So like I can't say enough good things about him. He was willing to move around with me when he's close to his fight. He doesn't need to waste his time, on like working with other fighters, but he still takes the time to do that, and I it's awesome. Like he's a great role model. I was so happy. And Kai Kara France as well. He's another person who's deserving. I'm sure he'll be a champion one day, and he's a great person. But yes, I was very happy that Brandon won. So happy.
Yeah,
that was fun to watch. I love that. I like both those guys, but I was definitely rooting for Brandon in this one. He's exciting to watch too. I love his style, because he's not just tough and all that kind of stuff. I mean, he's tricky, he's crafty, he's always thinking, He's very fun to watch. I love that.
He's so great in the scrambles. And what I really love about his story too is that he was the last pick on the Ultimate Fighter. The last pick, because he was a baby and he just didn't have that much experience. And and I know his whole thing is babyface assassin, but we're like, you're McLovin. You are just the, you know what I mean? You're the kid that he came with the greatest like joy for what he was going through. And that's really the word I swear I would describe him most with his joy. When you see it on his face, he loves what he does. And like you said, he loves his people. He wants to be a role model. Like he didn't want to be a bad guy against Davison in front of his kid. Like everything about him is just correct. Like that's the kind of person you want to have as a champion. And again, not that Kai isn't, but that Brandon is just such a great representation. I love it.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And like for me, not only on top of that, it gives me extra motivation just being that I've had quite a bit of bad luck these last 2 years as far as like competing, and so it's nice to see someone, I still have the opportunity. I didn't get cut yet, but I mean, I couldn't even imagine.
Don't say yet.
I wouldn't say yet. I would say in comparison to, because I'm not going to get cut. What I'm saying is like in comparison to what he went through, you know what I mean? Like, cause he had gone through that. And it just kind of like I'm lucky because I didn't get cut, and I still have this opportunity to do so because other fighters don't have that same luck, because I literally lost my last 3 fights. So to see that and see him just kind of come forward, like it just gives me the motivation and confidence. Like I know I'm going to continue on and I'm going to be just as successful as he is, and I want to become a champion. I want to motivate people, and I want to show them that it doesn't matter how many times you fall, you just keep at it, and you can still reach your potential. You still can reach your dreams, no matter what. Even if the road looks a little bit crazy, and they tell you all the time, it's going to be up and down. You're going to take a couple losses, and those losses really test you whether you want to do this or not. And I truly believe that this is where I belong, and I'm going to stay here as long as I can. Hopefully fight to the end. And I know I say but I say more in a sense of like, when the day comes that I can't fight anymore.
Okay, right. Yeah, because I'm like, don't put that in the universe, No,
that's what I was thinking about. I was like, no, not anytime soon. It's not going to happen. I still have plenty of years left, for me to fight, So
yes.
He's definitely a role model, just like Charles Oliveira, all these champions.
I was just about to bring him up. I mean, myself included, I didn't see him gonna be like this at some point. Who the fuck could have imagined that?
Yeah. Yeah, so you know what I mean? So it's just you kind of have to follow it blindly a little bit, because a lot of people write you off. You know, you get a loss or two and people just start, you know, you go from the greatest thing to the, oh, you're going to get cut soon, like, you know, kind of thing. So it's crazy, but it's also humbling. I think that this is a part of success, you know, being able to lose and like seeing people kind of flip flop on you, and you kind of just see what's real and what's not. Because when you first get in the UFC and you're young and you get all this attention and your head gets a little bit big, like, oh my God, you know, this person knows me, that person knows me, but then, you know, that can all go, you know what it feels like right now. You can't even go outside your house without people heckling you, you know?
After a while, it's still
well, listen, you know who's still here, Cynthia. You know who asked you to come be on the show, because I just think you're no, but I think too, like you're saying, part of just stop. Part of it is because the way you did come onto the scene, like you came in like a bat out of hell, and I think that's part of it too. Is that it almost like the pendulum swinging the other way is what made people take notice about it, because you came in absolutely on fire, and so your high was so high right away that the valley might.
Funny enough, I had a story. So this was a long time ago, before I really knew you, you know, like, and before I know we met a couple times, whatever, but this was long before that.
What time was before we met with Paige? I was like, with before I got into UFC, it was at the MMA awards, and you had the big old Hebok sign. You know?
Oh yeah. When I was the comedian.
Are you serious?
Show. That's right. Man,
are you serious?
Yeah. I was.
Were you working the carpet enough?
I was wearing a Hebok tuxedo because Hebok was taking over, and it made everybody.
I think I remember that, actually. I think I remember seeing you in that.
Now this is before that. I remember I did a seminar in San Diego, and
hold on, you're breaking up the crickets back, buddy.
Oh, great! I just went and just got a new model.
Oh no, there you are. There you are.
I'm back now or no?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. By the way, I just came back from Spectrum from waiting 2 hours in the fucking waiting thing to get a new modem just before this.
Oh my God. And it's still messed up.
And it's still
beautiful. You gotta love Spectrum. So anyway, I was doing a seminar, teaching a seminar in San Diego, okay? And it happened to be the gym that Pearl was out of. So now, after the seminar, the big thing was we was all going to go to a bar and watch the fights, and everybody was waiting for Pearl. And you know, it didn't turn out, it wasn't Pearl's night for her. And you really put the dampers on that one. So remember, you know, you seemed like a unbeatable force at that time, you know. So you are that person, you know. You was like the bad guy. You was like the Drago in Hockey 5 or Hockey 4. Exactly. It was like, oh, this Mexican broad is unfucking, like, she's a hacking machine or whatever, you know. So you ruined that night for a lot of people that night. So I want you to remember that you're still that person, you know.
No, I mean, absolutely. I mean, but like Karyn said, you know, I blasted into the scene right away in the first year, and I think I was 3-0. So people skip to forget that, like, I essentially, my whole professional career has been in the UFC. I got into the UFC as 6 months being a professional. So like, you know, you get to see my hiccups along this road. But, you know, it wasn't like I had to go through the experiences of losing and winning and then get into the UFC. No, I'm fighting top 10. For the last 5 years, I've been fighting the top 10 in the world, you know? And so, you know, I'm still that person. I still do think that there was learning lessons that I needed to go through. It's just learning and making the move right now. Like, it's just going to make me mentally stronger. I truly believe I'm still going to become the champion. Like, I'm capable of it. I'm way better than I've ever been before. And I think it's just, you know, like I said, everything does happen for a reason, as cliche as it sounds. Like, even just the losses, you know, there's a reason for me to get this humbleness, to get this groundness, to go through, to make some mistakes and learn from them and make the adjustments, because when I become champion, I'll be able to hold myself correctly. You know, I'll be smarter, I'll be mature. I've already been through some stuff. I mean, imagine if I would have just got straight to the top right away and then, you know, become a one-hit wonder.
You don't appreciate that shit. It's like people who always had money. You know, they don't know what it's like not to. So it's like, it feels sweeter when you had to not have shit, and then you go, wow, this is what I feel like. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Beat up a little bit. That's what life is about anyway, you know?
Yeah,
It's true. It's true. It's true. And it's so wild because I was trying to explain to Henato that for example, your story though about coming in and just and growing up in front of the UFC, that's kind of what Brandon did. That's like what, my buddy Angie did. Same thing. Like she got in there after tough. She ended up getting cut, going away, becoming a champ, coming back. But like a lot of girls have had to kind of grow up in the UFC in a certain way, and it's challenging. It's really hard. So you have all the eyeballs on you. It's incredibly difficult. But one of the things I was telling Henato is your story like weren't you a Cheesecake Factory waitress and like you gave yourself like if I don't make it by this date, I'm not gonna make it, and like you got the call like a matter of a real close window to that date, right?
Yeah. So it was nuts. It was like Valentine's Day, and I was on my way. The restaurant industry is like on Valentine's Day is like the worst, especially if you're like single at the time and you just see everybody walking with their couples and lovey-dovey and bullshit. And I got to give them cheesecake and give a smile. I was like, oh, and as I was driving, I got a message on Instagram, like a notification, and it said it was from Sean Shelby, and I was like this isn't real, I'm like driving, and then it's like, hey, there's a possibility that there's a fight for you in 2 weeks against Amanda Bobby Cooper. Are you interested? It's gonna be at 115, and I was like, yes, 100%. I started driving the wrong way. I started going to the gym, and I was like,
hell yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I gotta fight. And I was like, this is crazy. But anyways, I got to work. I was a little bit late, and I couldn't tell my job to like fuck off just yet and like walk out and be like, fuck you,
Totally.
But I just had to, because it wasn't a guarantee, it was a possibility. Because Amanda had options, she had like 3 other girls she can choose from or something like that. And I was like, so.
Like you, did you just say?
Yeah, I have options. I got 2 or 3 out there that, if one fall through, I'm good for her.
You do have 2 chicks with you right now, so I can't even.
Yeah, 2 chicken heads. For her. Gobble for her. Anyway, next.
So then I got to work, and I just kind of had to have the idea of like there's a possibility, and like I had to get through work the whole day, but the whole day I wanted to like just be like, F you,
eat some ass, probably, right?
Fuck you, kind of thing. But
I know that for her.
But anyways, I kind of just dealt with the whole day, and then like Sean Shelby had messaged me by the end of my shift, and he was just like, "Hey, the fight's yours," and I was like, "What?" I was like, "That's crazy." Fought 2 weeks later, and the rest was history. I didn't quit my job right there and then because we all know how the fight game is. Anybody.
Yes.
Well. So I was like, I can't tell them to fuck off yet. So I waited until I fought and I got my first paycheck. And then I texted my manager and I was like, yo, I'm not coming back anymore. But I didn't see anybody.
So you was out of the cheesecake game now. Yeah. The cheesecake game is hard for her.
Cheesecake game. But wasn't it also like right before you were going to say it's not going to happen?
Yeah, so I said if I don't get signed to the UFC by the time I'm 30, I gotta just let go this whole fight career thing going because I haven't like, I had already sacrificed a lot and things weren't going my way. It got to the point where financially I'm like, I can't do this anymore. Like I'd moved away, I kept getting injured. I just couldn't do it, and I got the call. So like three months before, I think I got the call. I got the call in February, and my birthday was in July, so I had to get in before then, and so I made it happen.
So what was the plan? Okay, so you had to give up the fighting, but what, you was gonna go all into the cheesecake?
No, I was probably gonna move back home to San Jose. I would have been like, man, forget the Cheesecake Factory. I don't want to be at the factory forever.
I don't want to be at the factory. Now, I'm going to the Cheesecake Factory, so we can say, look how far you came. Yeah.
We missed a little bit of that, Henato. I'm sorry. The cricket got you on that one.
Man, it's all right. all this talk about cheesecake is making me hungry.
I know the cheese, but it is a factory, and you're 100% right. What great timing, Henato, that she didn't have to keep slanging in the factory.
Am I back or no?
You're back.
You're
Oh,
back.
good.
You're
So
kind of
now-
Kind of
I
back.
know. Oh, you look fucked up.
Yeah, you're frozen, but we can sort of kind of hear you. You're a little bit max headroom right now. Which I
Maybe
heard they're
should,
bringing back.
go out
Oh,
and
there
come
you
back
are.
or
There you
something like
are.
that.
Hi.
I'm back.
there. Oh, there you
Am
go.
I back or no?
Yeah, you're back.
Yeah, you're there.
Anyway, I was trying to extend an invitation to the Cheesecake Factory. I'm gonna take her out there, to do a little memory lane, and we can order. I'll let you order anything off the menu.
Have you ever seen the menu on there?
I've seen that one. It's look like it's like one of those things you do to get more sunshine or whatever, like that.
Yeah.
It's
The
like
mirror.
20
Yeah.
pages or something like that, and they change it seasonally. So anytime I'd have to go weigh the tables, and they'd be like, "Yo, can you give me, what's up with this?" And I'm like, "Dude, they changed the menu, and it's like 20 pages." And then I'd always feel like an asshole. But I'd rather eat there than probably work there, for sure.
We can eat there and then not pay the bill. We just dine and ditch, Poha. That's
Dine
what
and
it's
ditch. Oh, I don't know. I don't know about that one. They might recognize this because you're so famous.
Well, that's true, but then they won't believe it. They go, "There's no way. There's no way it could be." They go, "He's too hitch. He's got too much going for him, Poha."
The way I know, maybe you just be like, "Oh, I forgot," if it could come.
Yeah.
That's
They'd comp you anyway. As soon as you walked in, they'd comp you, Henato.
That's true. That's true. That cheesecake.
So, Cynthia, what was your favorite flavor of cheesecake? I know, a lot of time when people say they work at Cinnabon, they never want to eat another Cinnabon. They work in an ice cream joint, they never want to eat another, scoop of ice cream. But what was your favorite cheesecake?
I haven't gone to this Cheesecake Factory since then, so it's been 5 years. But my favorite cheesecakes there were the banana cream pie and there's a hazelnut crunch one, so it tasted like Nutella. And then you can't go wrong with the classic, the strawberry cheesecake, and that's it.
Nice.
True.
Those are my top 3.
You know who's a huge fan of Cheesecake Factory? Actually, Gegard Mousasi. And whenever he's in town in LA, we meet at the Cheesecake Factory over in Santa Monica, and he orders 2 entrees and this and that. He gets one of the he gets something with a angel hair pasta base, maybe a chicken thing with angel hair underneath.
Alfredo or some bullshit.
Yeah, something like that or something. And then and 2 entrees and this and that. But it's literally a running joke. I wish I had it ready for this, but I have pictures of us at Cheesecake Factory.
But he's a big boy.
He likes it. He loves the Cheesecake Factory menu. He loves the options.
And he's hilarious too. I sometimes occasionally want to get a good laugh, I'll go online and check out his funny compilations of funny comments. He's hilarious.
Oh yeah. No, he got humor, that guy.
He is. He's a dear friend of mine, and he is hilarious. So I love hearing that. Hey, so listen, Henato, we have a couple of things here I wanted to get to. Tim Klingbeil here with a donation saying, Henach, when Cynthia says she prefers smaller class sizes, is she trying to request a private session demonstrating the no rubber guard technique? I don't know, Cynthia, if you're aware, Henato is kind of a no rubber guard kind of guy, which I'd say enter at your own.
Girl does the rubber guard.
No, you can. Well, no, we're doing it together, but no harbor. Because
but no.
You can really feel the movements and stuff like that. It's like, what are you talking about, Karyn Bryant?
I'm talking about your Cricket wireless again. Okay, so wait. Please repeat that because I missed a little bit. You're not going to go rubber guard with Cynthia?
No, I'm saying we can do that, but it's called no harbor guard because there's no harbor involved on that one.
No rubber guard.
Yeah, you see, no harbor. Because it had more feeling for her.
Ixnay.
I don't. I like to. Yeah, we're
Jonah Hill meme right here. Jonah Hill meme.
I'm just not gonna engage.
Yeah, I don't want to get engaged either. I believe we should.
And don't get pregnant.
Yeah, we should just keep our options. We don't want to put a labels on this thing here.
Oh, that begs the question, Cynthia. Are you seeing anybody?
I do have a boyfriend now.
What? I would have put the kibosh on this one. I would have ixnayed this one from the start.
Yeah.
What kind of boyfriend? Who told this guy? Who is he?
We don't need to get into the details.
He's another fighter.
Another fighter, probably alfalfa. He's probably 5'3" people. Where you found that one?
This one I found them in Las Vegas. In Sacramento, they were too short.
So is this a fighter? You don't have to out him, but is this one we know or no?
With what?
Is this someone we know or we don't know this one?
No, I don't think you guys know him.
He's not on the UFC.
Yeah.
No, he's not in the UFC yet. Soon.
Yeah. Hey, so Cynthia, here's a comment from.
Wait, never gonna make it there. Wait.
Sorry, but now he's never gonna make. You're gonna go and spread.
In my power to put the dampers on his career. I dare he.
VT saying, Cynthia, I hope you see this. You are an awesome young woman. Don't lose your spark. You are a winner in life. That is, you gotta love the positivity.
VT. I really appreciate that. I also liked your picture for your icon. It was, some greens on there, so that was nice.
Nice, yes. And then this person, DH Days, is saying, Cynthia, if you see this, you inspired me to improve my life. So that's really cool.
That's what I strive for. Never quit and just keep fighting. And no matter what, through the downs, you can still continue to fight through it and keep going. So that's my main goal. Sometimes you get a little bit selfish when you first start. And now that I'm mature, I'm like, I really just want to inspire people and show them, just how Brandon does. Cause I think the world of him, and I think the world of all the fighters that have ever been through, losses and been able to fight back. So I hope I can do the same thing. So I always feel really grateful when I get messages like that and that I can inspire people. Warms my heart. So I appreciate it.
It's true. I mean, and do you see, because obviously with Brandon now, para la raza, right? Do you feel that support? Do you because I remember when Kane, first became champion and that was a massive thing. God, come on, please let Kane out. Free Kane. God damn it. Anyway, God damn it. Free Kane.
That's in my home city. And I can't believe that got to go through all that stuff. Hopefully everything, his lawyers can fight and we can get him out of there and do, the real justice. Cause that other guy is lucky. I'm surprised they haven't whooped his ass. Cause somebody would have, found him already or something. But, it's really nice to be able to see that. I hope that I can become the first Mexican-American female champion. I would love to to do that. That's still my goal. I still continue to do that regardless of the hiccups. That's the main goal. And I want to inspire, all the women and the little girls and, the men and, all the boys as well, everybody, whoever I can help out and inspire to just keep fighting.
Do you speak fluent Spanish for her?
Sí, claro que sí. It was my first language. My parents are, I'm first generation here in America. So my parents are straight from Mexico. And I still have a brother that lives in Mexico as well. So, my first language is
because it seems more often than not we get a Latino fighter here and they don't even speak Spanish for her.
Yeah, no, for sure. There's a lot of Chicanos that don't know how to, and they're probably second generation and they don't know how to speak.
And Puerto Ricans too. God, are you?
Yeah, no, not for me. God, but thank God to my parents, but I had to. I was like, I can't communicate with them in any way.
You're gonna try this. Eddie Bravo have the same situation. His mom he is a first generation, okay?
Yeah.
His mom don't speak English, okay? But this fucking guy don't speak Spanish. I don't know how. I
speak Spanish.
Huh?
Yeah.
I said I speak Spanish.
Eddie Bravo.
How does Eddie not speak Spanish and his parents are Mexican?
It's the craziest fucking thing you ever seen in your life. I think I speak better Spanish than him.
I have my brother that lives in Mexico. He's got 2 kids that live over here in the U.S. They don't speak. They understand Spanish.
Yeah.
but they don't really speak it. I think they can kind of speak it, but they refuse
I
to.
think that's him. I think he can understand most of what she's saying, but he can't really say shit that much.
Yeah.
But there are some. In their defense, I do know of some families say, "Hey, look at now we're in America. I want you to speak English, and I want you to assimilate, and I don't." And certain times they don't want you to carry over the thing because they're actually trying to say, "We want you to be American." You know what I mean?
I think it should be both, because then you find yourself feeling a little bit confused. There's a lot of people that, okay, if for all the kids that are Mexican that are born in the US and decide to go to Mexico, and they don't know how to speak Spanish and they want to go visit their roots, and they feel like, they're not accepted there. But then they're in the US, if they go to certain regions, obviously their color of their skin, they're brown, we're Mexican, or they can be like Canelo, who knows. Yeah, but it's just like, imagine that, you know what I mean? So it's just like, I think it's very important, for their kids. Like I know when I have kids, they're definitely going to learn Spanish, and it's easier to translate certain things too. You're able to understand. It's not that difficult. It's not like we're gonna, our words and letters are different. It's not like in Chinese or Japanese
or
Arabic
or something like that.
Exactly. Yeah. So I feel like
or Jamaican, like this one.
Yeah.
Hey, and my mom is actually visiting Henato, so maybe later I'll have her come out and just read you the riot act in Jamaican patois.
She's here?
Yeah, she is here. But I literally should have her just like read you the riot act. But you know what? It's funny, Cynthia, because I learned Spanish all the way back in school, and I always loved language. I like languages. Like that's my whole thing is I want to talk to more people if I can. So knowing a lot of Spanish helped me learn Portuguese, and they kind of mix and they're very similar. And so they definitely are helpful. But yeah, I've lived in New York City and Los Angeles, and having a knowledge of Espanol, like it definitely helps. You know what I mean?
It makes you like a superhuman to know like all kinds of languages. Like you look at Valentina, and she's like a real life like superhuman.
Dude,
like
I know.
Dances, she shoots guns, she knows like 15 different languages. Like she's a badass. It's just crazy. Like, you know what I mean? So it's cool to learn more languages. I just feel like it's just so cool and unique, and you're just, more intelligent, and you can, figure out life, and you can travel all over the world, and worry about whether they're talking shit about you while you're getting your nails done. Cause that's like,
exactly. It's true. And it's because I personally,
when I'm getting my nails done.
You better learn to speak Vietnamese.
Yeah. But it's true. But because it's funny because I love languages, and I literally just came back from London, and I was there with my cousin who speaks fluent Italian and fluent Spanish. Like he speaks perfect patois as well. So like between the two of us, we knew about like 6 languages or something like that, right? 5 or 6 languages. And so we would get on the tube or whatever, and you could hear all different kinds of things. And both of us were geeking out on that and loving it because it's like you hear all different kinds of stuff, and just I would hate to barely only speak English. Like that would suck to only. I wouldn't like that at all. I want to make sure I get to some of these comments because I think some folks have given us some donations as well. Tim says, can you confirm that alpha male? I'm not going to give the insults here, Tim. That alpha male training sessions take place with. You just read it. I don't want.
Cynthia, can you confirm that alfalfa male training sessions take place with Too Short playing to the speaker system?
What's my favorite word?
Yeah. But yeah, they play that, and they play all kind of stuff. What's that one?
California Love.
What's that one where the guys? I wish
I was a little bit taller. I wish it was a baller. If I had a girlfriend, I would call her.
People got he's into league.
Stop it, Henato.
Listen, I'm not gonna sugarcoat this one. These people.
Elmo says though, tell your boyfriend, I mean no disrespect when I say you are hot, and he is a very, very, very lucky guy.
Look at that.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, that's not.
I mean, listen. Okay. Okay. Hey. So we'll get to this a little bit later. Infinite context. Okay. Well, where you're here, Cynthia. What do you think of this? Henato Moicano with Jalen Turner.
That is a good match. Is that one this week?
I don't know. Is that actually?
week.
This one he's saying I matchmake this. Is that actually happening? I don't know, but
then he said thoughts. I think he's calling them thoughts, but I didn't know.
Thoughts? What kind of thoughts? Is he
meaning
about,
like if they're he's saying he would like to match those two up. I don't think they're actually fighting, but Jalen is all long and this and that, but Moicano is scrappy AF, and he
Moicano is a fucking beast.
Is it
he's
the
a
same
dog.
same weight class? 45. What are they? 45.
Well, Moicano can do 45 and 55. Didn't he move up? I think he moved up.
I don't even know. I set too many fighters to keep up with that.
I know.
But that fight would be crazy just because Jalen Turner is longer, and Moicano too. He's just like really tough, and he can show out a little bit, huh?
Yeah.
That's a tough one. I think I would have to like go back. Is that a real match, or is it just?
No.
Like,
I don't know. No, I think he said they were matchmaking. I think that's like they were thinking it up, right?
He must have been like having a discussion with his buddies, and he's just like, "What do you guys think about the watch? Let me ask them." But yeah, I think that's a good matchup.
Yeah, it's interesting. Okay, so I'm looking at all the questions here and just making sure that we didn't miss anything here. But yeah, like, so what do you do in terms of so if you're not fighting, obviously training and all that kind of stuff is a big deal, but so you're based in Vegas now. It's hot as hell right now out there. But like, what do you do for fun? Are you a gamer? Do you shoot guns like we were talking about with Valentina? Like, what do you do when you're not fighting or training?
I like to just go outdoors. I'm like a big giant kid. Like I want to go, feel like I have no responsibilities. Like when I was little, and I would go play in the backyard and go climb trees and just kind of forget about the world. So my disconnect is going outside and taking my dogs to the lake and paddleboard and just kind of forget about the stresses. So I like to do a bunch of anti-stress stuff because fighting is very stressful. So anything that gives me peace outside of fighting, I kind of like to do. I'm kind of boring to tell you the truth.
No, I understand that. I'm like a big kid too. I like to play all those kid games, Truth or Dare. I play Spin the Bottle and do 7 minutes to Heaven or whatever is the one, and I play Doctor, all that shit. What? That's what you do when you're a kid, and I'm a kid at heart. I never want to grow up. I'm like a Peter Pan.
Yeah, I like to do that. I like to take
disturbing. Didn't you? I don't want to bring up a sore subject, Cynthia, but didn't you, unfortunately, once get in trouble for, the relaxing medicine? And how do you feel now in hindsight, knowing that, like I always feel bad for somebody the day before a law changes, right? Or something like that. Like people who got busted for it one day, right? And then the next day they're like, nah, it's fine.
I lost sponsorships. I couldn't fight for a whole year. It kind of messed me up. They owe me some money. That's what I.
So you was hooked on marijuana?
I wasn't hooked on marijuana, but
you what was you doing? Playing the bongos, listening to jazz music and stuff?
Smoking jazz cigarettes.
Pretty much.
You listen to Afro-American jazz.
Afro-American jazz.
Sun Ra.
Yeah, Sun Ra.
Yeah, I got anyways, I tested positive for high levels of marijuana, THC. And I remember it too because the very it was I fought Carla Esparza. It was my first loss, and I was very salty about that one. And I was like, I just want to get another fight lined up. And that very same day, I got the contract to fight Karate Hottie in April, and it was January when I got the contract. And then that very same day, a couple hours later, Data called me. He's like, hey. He's like, I have some bad news. He tested positive for weed. And I was like, what? And he's like, are you sure nobody around you was smoking weed? I was like, no, nobody was smoking around me. And I definitely didn't smoke the day of. So at that time, they weren't testing out of competition, only in comp, saying that you could still test positive for THC, but you can't have certain levels, which is hard to kind of test. Anyways, my levels were really high. And so they ended up suspending me for 9 months. I didn't fight for 11 months. And it was crazy because other fighters only got 3 months, but they gave me 11 months.
Yeah.
I think they're racist.
Oh,
No.
well, we talked about it. No, honestly, and we did that interview that time. We were in LA and we were over to Anthony
Yeah.
Hardog's gym. And we were talking about that, and we were like, I don't understand why it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and I think at the time, even when I remember doing the interviews with you, I didn't know I was going to be suspended for that long. I think or maybe I did, but because USADA gave me 6 months and being able to reduce it to 3 months. The Nevada State Commission is the one that gave me 9 months, and I was like, what the heck? And that it surprised me. Like I was so heartbroken when that happened, and I was like kind of in denial. But yeah, I'm so salty about it a little bit, just because everybody gets to get stoned and everybody's promoted, and a lot of the fighters I still kind of weird about promoting cannabis, although I'm an advocate for it, but I'm not going to be online and especially because we do have other kids that are looking up to us. I don't want kids to do that either, but I think that I'm still an advocate for it. I just think that it's probably one of the best things that athletes can use in comparison to other things that other fighters try to use, like for pain relief or sleep and stuff. Not good for you, so weed is best.
Well, the funny
but you're
thing,
right.
She could have drank herself into a stupor every night, and that's fine.
They wouldn't have cared.
She could have taken morphine every night. She could
I could have been on crack cocaine and it would have been fine.
Seriously. Even cocaine would have been less of a problem, right? It's the dumbest thing. But you're right. To your point, I got nothing against Sugar Sean, but when your whole brand is intermixed with the weed thing, it is tough. And maybe it's because we're girls or something, but I agree with you. There's I'm a mom and this and that. And obviously it's a natural thing. I'm whatever, but I don't necessarily want to rebrand it alongside it necessarily. You know what I mean? Because it's a little tough.
So that was one of the biggest things too. At the end of it, I was getting salty, and I was like, you know what? If I'm going to lose sponsorship over this and weed, then I'm going to get some sponsors and I'm going to make my money back that I lost, that they suspended me for. Yeah. But then in the end, I just kind of thought about it more. And then I was like, I ended up going to, they invited me to be a guest fighter at the High Times. Yes. It was at the High Time event. And it was the first recreational event that was legal in California. And I remember going there, and I was just kind of like, I'm not sure if this is what I want to present, and if these are the kids and what I want to do at the end of it, and I just didn't want me to go that way and that route of being it was kind of cool. I didn't mind that they were like, oh, you're the female Diaz chick and which is cool, but at the same time, I also felt like that I don't want to be remembered as that. I wanted to be remembered as one of the greatest fighters in the world. I didn't want to be branded as that,
That's fair enough.
And so then I was like, I'm not against it. Like I said, I'm a big advocate for it, but I don't want it to be just my image. I want my image to be one of the best in the world. I want to be a good role model for people. So
you don't want that to define you.
Exactly. Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah. Right. No, that makes a lot of sense. It definitely makes a lot of sense. I want to make sure. I think there's a couple more comments here. We got to let her go soon, though. Here's one here. It says, I just want to say, Angela's insane fighting Loopy next week instead of in October. Forever a badass.
I mean, she is. I mean, we already know that about Angela Hill. She's down to fight whoever, whenever. So, all love to it's a lot of respect. Who cares what everybody says? You never know how the fight can go. Lupe Godinez is probably, one of the hottest up and comers that's been coming in this last year. And I think that fight's going to be fireworks. You never want to count Angie out. So
no, you never can.
Never.
Yeah.
No, she's scrappy. She's scrappy as hell. This person, Cynthia, saying, oh no, this is a weed thing, I guess, right?
Gutter thistle.
When are you coming out with your own personal strain of gutter thistle?
Gutter thistle? I've never heard of that.
What is
he's talking about weed, Paul. What are you talking?
Of course he is, but I've never heard that phrase.
Gutter thistle. Wow. Okay. That's actually something that I've thought about before. I have an idea of 2 strains. So I've dabbled with those ideas. Eventually I'll, come out with my own strains. I am working with actually one of my favorite sponsors right now is Originals in San Diego. Shout out to Jimmy.
Oh yeah, original. Yeah.
Yep. So it's been great. I definitely at one day want to come out with my own strain, and I have an idea of what kind, what strains I want to mix so I can get a special Cynthia Calvillo strain.
Yeah.
Well, this one sings Sativa Calvillo.
I would say, sativa's good when we're going out for a jog or maybe for a run or want to be active. But I like my hybrids. I want to not be too hype of anxiety. I want to chill out.
That's the problem for me. I need the indica. I need to be fucking mellowed out.
Yeah.
I'm already shooting a hound into the fucking universe or whatever.
So right now, one of my favorite strands is the gelato. The gelato is original. You got to go get it.
I think because they sponsored the high haulers before, so I've had that one.
Yeah, were you there? I'm not too sure if you commentated for my match or not. Were you there?
I don't know. I was there when you. No, because I was there when you were watching. I know you and your blonde friend was like waiting to take pictures with me and stuff. Yeah. And I got a hound to it, and I always regret that. But
yeah, Emily, we're both pretty bummed.
Of course.
Henato, then we're like, we missed our chance. I was
working and all that, and I was, I meant nothing by that one, but it's happened.
Maybe
I was waiting. They look like every time I look back.
Do you know how many people were crying? They're just waiting for Henato. They're like, Henato. They had like his own security. It was crazy.
It's like they said it's like a Harry style. They like that. But the young people, they like Henato. But
the girls were taking their rash guards off. It was crazy.
All that stuff. Sports bra.
Wow. Hey, well, listen, Henato, we should probably let her get going soon.
My boyfriend, I guess,
Yeah, I gotta eat my salad too. I'm gonna diet now. So
yeah, well, listen, but I was just gonna say that's one of my favorite things. So after you weigh and you're all like, all right, mama's ready to eat.
Oh, I cannot wait.
So what's your reward meal? Last thing we'll ask you before you get out of here. What do you reward yourself with?
I love eating pizza. So after my fight, I want pizza and gummy bears and a drink. First the gummy bears and then the pizza. Set me up with a good like messed up tummy. Oh. Just kidding. But yeah, pizza and French fries and gummy bears.
Oh, that's a nice combination. I love it, gummy.
And a Butterfinger Butterfinger McFlurry with extra Butterfinger.
Oh, caralho.
I don't love peanut butter though, but that's just me.
I don't understand.
I just don't. I don't love it.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't either. Peanut butter is delicious. It's crazy. Do you like almond butter? What about cashew butter?
I don't like cashew butter that much. You know what I love is sunflower seed butter.
Have you tried cookie butter from Trader Joe's?
Oh, that's good too.
That is good. Yeah, that is good. That is actually really good.
That
is really good. I do like almond butter. I would say I think my butters rank in like I like butter, but I do sunflower seed butter is actually really good.
All right. Well, I guess that's all right. I mean, it's not peanut butter, but
yeah, it's weird. No, I'm a freak. I'm one of the weirdest people, but it
makes you feel funny. You just don't like it.
It's weird. Like I like peanuts, okay, but then if I have too many of them, I'm like I like Reese's Pieces, but again, too many of them, I don't.
It's crazy.
It is weird. It's weird. I don't know. So I never get the peanut butter cheesecake. In fact, the kiddo at Cheesecake Factory, the kiddo always wants the Oreo cheesecake. I think is her favorite. The Oreo one is pretty solid.
Yeah.
I think I go for something like there's one that's either a caramel or something that I like, or there's like a carrot cake cheesecake.
Yeah, there's a carrot cake cheesecake. There was like a raspberry lemon cheesecake. There's
didn't they came out with a tres leches one time?
I'm pretty sure they probably did. Yeah, I had so. There's tres leches, the tuxedo. They have the but banana cream pie, strawberry cheesecake. And the hazelnut crunch because it's got Nutella in it. It's so good.
I don't know if I've ever even seen that.
Yeah. I've seen that. That's for the if you're really into the
secret menu. That's the In-N-Out secret menu.
Making it very left because it got really sad and nobody else was gonna eat it but me. So, but I'm just kidding.
I'll have to look for that one. I'll have to look for it. Well, listen, Cynthia, I'm so excited that I still get to work your fight. So it is happening in San Diego next weekend. Of course, the main event is Dominic Cruz versus Chito Vera. Who do you like in that one?
Man, it's a tough one. It's a tough one, and it's a really good one from Cali because they both train out of Cali. So
yeah,
I'm on the fence with that one. I'm on the fence because I really like both of them. You know, obviously,
if you had to bet money, if you had to bet the house,
I'm not doing it.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm not doing it because then I got to see them both on fight week, and then I don't want to deal with those kind of stuff because I've always been like.
I'm gonna be mad at you forever. I'll let you guess which one that's gonna be.
Dominic Cruz.
You said it. I didn't.
Yeah, I literally feel bad for the guys working that fight because the ones with me who have to pick the fight. We already, all of it literally weeks in advance. I was like, oh, bro, who's working that fight? Who's working Dom versus Chito? Because I don't, if I want to say who I think is going to win, I can, but I'm not put on the spot, but they legit have to make a pick. And I don't wish that on anybody.
Everybody's just like, just say Cruz, no matter how you feel, but no, because he held on to that grudge against Uriah Faber. I think he might still secretly hate him still to this day, So I just remember, it would be that Team Alpha Male and having the team has lost against Dominic Cruz at that time so many times, and then finally got to Cody, and it was just like Cody took him out, but it's great. I'll always be a forever fan. Dominic Cruz has always been great, and he's always been really cool. Regardless if he gets mad at people when you choose against him, he's still a really cool guy.
He is, and the thing about it, he's just one of those guys. When I first got to know him, I was like, I don't know if he likes me. He's just a little obtuse is the word I always kind of use for him. He's just a little difficult to get to. Oh, what a beautiful dog! But my point was, once you get to know him, he's amazing, and he's funny, and he's great, and he's gracious, and he's all kinds of things. And he has a lot of experience, and Chito's on a run right now, but Dominic has that experience that he could absolutely shut it down. It's gonna be a hell of a fight.
Yeah, it's really nice to be able to see somebody who's been fighting as long as he has, still fighting up there and fighting with the best in the world. A lot of the guys that he fought with in the WC are still not around. They've all going out the door. So it's really good, especially somebody like him, because he's had to deal with so many injuries and just crazy, things. So he's another amazing role model, even if he does get a little bit grumpy when you choose against him. He's so grumpy.
I think he would even agree he's grumpy.
I'm gonna be grumpy if you don't introduce us to that one.
Who's the doggy?
What's it?
My little doggy Charlie. He's a year-old, and then Oso's over here too, but he can't come into the screen.
Wow.
Oso means bear for those who don't speak Spanish.
Here he is. Oso got a little jealous, so he wants to be in the screen. Sure.
Oso. Oh, yeah. Everybody's loving your dog. It's beautiful dog. Beautiful dog.
You're going to get in trouble in 2 minutes because they're on the couch, but I brought them on the couch because every time I'm on do videos or something, they want to jump on and
just let them on the fucking couch. Life is too short to keep them from the couch.
Yeah. And then until you have to deal with all the lid rollers and then buying multiple vacuums that are
it's worth it. I just let my dog do whatever the fuck she wants.
Henato's dog does whatever she wants.
Yeah.
Dogs, I love animals. They're great.
Yeah, me too. They only live a short time. Let them to enjoy it for her.
Exactly. I've only, Oso's he's 7 years old. Charlie's going to be 2 this year. So we only get a little bit of time with them. But yeah, I'm the same way. I've been having to be strict in this last year. So because normally they get to go everywhere. They sleep on the bed, they're on the couch. But since getting Charlie, I was like, okay, I gotta train them because 2 untrained dogs is really hard to deal with.
Yeah, you got to train him. Well, we are just so glad that you could join us here, and I'm really excited. I think this time it's really going to happen, Cynthia. Yes, down in San Diego, you and Nina Nunes. It is going to be just a really great fight, and I'm excited to see the new stuff you're implementing and the stuff that you've been working on with your striking coach. But we always know that you are just a dynamo when it comes to the grappling game. So just really psyched to see you back, and just glad that all looks to be going well in your life.
I
And
know, I think
I'm
this
just
is gonna be the one. I'm fighting in California, so I'm stoked. Back in my home state. It's the first UFC fight that I get to do in my home state, and I get to do it in front of other Latinos. I have no doubt that all their energy and power is just gonna come inside of me, and I'm just gonna all this I'm just gonna kill it. I'm ready. I'm excited. I'm confident, and I definitely feel like this is the best I've ever felt. So I'm excited to go out there and represent, and it's going to be East Coast versus West Coast, and West Coast is going to represent. Let's go.
Well, look, you got all the ingredients, you have all the talent and the know-how and stuff. So there's no reason why you shouldn't be champ one day,
Yeah. It's exciting.
Yeah.
It's exciting. Cool. Well, listen, thank you so much. And Henato and I just really appreciate your time.
Yeah.
I'll see you in a week or so, right? So I'll take the host hotel.
Oh, who knows? You might not even have your boyfriend no more or nothing.
Yeah, Henato might be there too.
You never know, boy. Anything can happen in this life, boy. You gotta think positive.
Yeah.
Positive. Oh my God. But yeah, and thank you, Cynthia. And safe travels to San Diego. Easy drive. Are you gonna drive?
No, I'm gonna fly there and then I'm gonna drive back. So
yeah. Nice.
Make it easy because nobody wants to drive while they're cutting weight.
Nah.
So
exactly.
Easy.
Yeah.
Make it easy. Yeah.
Awesome.
So
awesome.
Thank you
Cool.
guys for having me.
Well, thanks for coming, Cynthia.
Always good times. So hopefully I'll see you guys in SoCal.
Yeah, you'll see us soon. He's trying to kiss you, but thank you, Cynthia.
Wait.
Henato, stop. Really, just stop. Just stop. We're gonna let her go. We'll see you later, Cynthia. Bye.
Well, she was. How could advance at the end there? Wow.
How cool is she?
She's very cool, but she have a lot of willpower to be able to eject my advance.
Is that right?
Yeah, I think so, Poha.
I mean, so I'm sorry. I'm glad I asked to see if she was available for you, but I'm sorry that she is not.
Well, she'll be sorry. I'll get the last laugh, Poha, at the end of the day.
Okay.
They always crawling back, Poha.
Always?
Oh, 100% of the time. Then he grabbed. He grabbed.
She's such a cool girl, though. Like, I really, honestly, and like we were saying, like, it's tough because she came in, and remember, Dana was so fired up about her, and like she won that fight and subbed that girl, and then booked her 2 weeks later and subbed somebody else and booked her like she was on a tear, and it is really hard. That is a lot of pressure to, to keep up that kind of pace and that kind of whatever. Like, that's a lot.
Yeah, and again, like she said, she's growing up in the hardest organization in the world. It's not like she had a couple of fights in wherever. I don't even want to name organization because that'll make them like the ham and eggs or whatever. But still, and a lot of other people, they have like extensive amateur career where the losses don't mean shit. So I think they know that too. There's a reason. It's not just arbitrary why they didn't cut her. Because they know they got something there,
Well, that's exactly what I was going to say, is because think about it. There are certain fighters who can keep losing, but they always, bicho vai pegar, right? Like, they're always going to throw down. They're always going to show out. Like, regardless, the win or the loss isn't the thing. They are just fighters and scrappers, and they're always going to give them the kind of opponent to bring that out anyway, too. So it is the flip of a coin a lot of time in those kind of fights.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But yeah, anyway, I'm glad she could join us. It seems that everybody was appreciating her, and it's nice to see that, it seems that, that people say, thank Tigo, great. I know I should have gotten to that while she was still here with us. But anyway, I think that, and I think that's totally great. So listen, what was I gonna say?
How do you deal with a shift in pronouns during sex? Do it makes you gay?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I didn't say it. The other person said it.
There is a comment here.
Yeah.
About,
I don't know it's apropos of what, but
How do you deal with a shift in pronouns during sex? Does it make you gay? Nintendo melon juice, meaning if you're with somebody and at first she's a she and then she said, call me they.
But I don't know. Maybe that make you like, it turn you from having, no, I think it just changed the sexual situation. It's an orgy then. You was in a regular one-on-one and then it became an orgy.
I think it just became a more interesting night, really.
Yeah, because it's day. You can pretend you're fucking more than one person.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you add 2 scalps to the whatever, like that, or hashtags.
Oh yeah, you can say you fuck more, a couple. Yeah, you have how many women you been with? And then 3 last night, for 10 last night. God, day. You could make that 100 people if you wanted to, because it's day. Who's to say what it is?
Right.
Yeah.
Your number just got significantly. Yeah. There you go. There you go. Hey, so Henato.
Yeah.
I know we showed a little bit of it here a second ago, but we while we were so we were talking about Brandon and Kai with her. This was one of the fights on Saturday, one of 2 title fights. And honestly, I love me some Kai Kara France too. Like, to me, in this one, 100%, it was may the best man win.
No, I follow both those kids. I like both of them.
Me too.
But I figured he's gonna have Kara France. He's gonna have his chime at some point. It's not his chime now, but he's gonna have that one.
I think so too, because the way he beat Cody Garbrandt, there's so much about him that's like really on point, and he is just keep getting better and better and better. Like I like his attitude, I like his aggressiveness,
everything.
It's all upside for me with that guy.
Yeah, and he seemed like a good kid. I like. Yeah, he's very likable as far as I'm concerned.
He is, and it's funny because when we were on Fight Island,
here we go. Me and Carl France on Fight Island.
Well, yeah. So I should have gotten this ready, but he fought Brandon Royval over on Fight Island, and they had an incredible fight. Like, I love me some raw dog Brandon Royval as well. So the flyweight division is actually really, really fun. I know that it almost got eliminated, but like that division's money. Like Pantoja and all that stuff the other day. Like, dude, what? We can get to that in a second, but they're just really exciting. And so there was I was able to take a really cool picture in our little arena because Kai and Brandon had this great fight. And then they were kind of like leaning over the cage, and Dana was there and Matt Serra was next to him and I was behind them. So I have this great picture of like Dana and Matt sitting there with Kai and Brandon looking at them like, hey, can we get fight of the night? I think they did. And I remember sending that to Kai after, both dudes, and they both posted it too. And it was just great. Like, it was just a cool thing. Like, it was just wow. It was a hell of a fight. Those guys are great. They're just great. So congrats to Brandon. And, I guess he's fighting Davison again.
Yeah. I don't think anybody's mad at that. We want to see that.
Not.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it. Okay. So, but my question for you is, what did you make of Mandy and Julie? Because Amanda Nunes, is the lioness. She is back. I just hope that woman is never mad at me.
She's tough. Yeah, she's tough. I mean, for her sake, the game plan that she came out with was very crafty and it worked, and I think that for whatever reason, I guess Juliana just never considered that, they probably didn't work on that in the training camp,
The switching stance?
Yeah. I mean, they had it that fucked her game plan all up, Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And she had some moments in there, but oof.
Yeah, I will say, it's hard, right? Because basically the dialogue about this fight is, wow, Julie's so tough. Juliana's so tough. She's so tough. And wow, Amanda's, a beast and the best. And that is really, really true. There were a couple times with that, and they showed it in the highlights there. I don't like, and it was the thing that Rashad did with John Jones too, with the hands, and how you're kind of constantly playing with the hands. And I know they're getting their spay. Yeah, but it was making me a little bit nutty. But
for that long.
I know, right? But it was a great strategy. In terms of, but for Amanda switching the stance, it totally worked. I know Valentina then said, "You copied my stance" or whatever. But I will say, it made me a little bit crazy, like later in the rounds, and maybe it was just because Mandy was feeling so confident. But like when she did go in the guard, and I was like, okay, so you're winning, and now you're actually going to give your opponent the greatest opportunity to beat you now. That to me seemed like was this really a smart idea?
That armbar was almost there. There was one armbar that was crazy close for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was I don't know, that was crazy. But yeah, that was a tough one. But having said that, even though she kind of, put her through the meat grinder or whatever, I wouldn't put it past Juliana. That to me, that don't mean that she couldn't possibly beat her sometime again,
Well, that's the whole thing is, they may, have a trilogy at this point. It's 1-1.
Yeah,
and
I did that. I would did that. And then, yeah, I mean, but it was, I love the way Nunes fights, and I love, she's the greatest female that ever did the shit and all that. I didn't really love her saying that she could have finished it at any time, but she decided.
I was going to ask you about that.
I don't love that. I think that, first of all, I think that's bullshit. But second of all, even if you felt that way, to say that, I don't know. It's just not. It's not my. I don't know. I don't.
What does that seem unsportsmanly? What don't you like about it?
I just don't. Let's just say I don't buy it.
Okay.
I mean, it looked like she was trying to knock her fucking head off. I just think that most people, with the shots that she hit her with, I mean, she knocked her out of her fucking shoes or whatever a couple times, like Popeye or whatever. You mean to tell me she wasn't trying to stop it then? I mean, it's just that most people don't survive those punches that she gives.
Yeah.
I don't see any evidence that she was just trying to torture her or whatever,
Yeah, I hear you. And I obviously I heard her say that. And we all like, Amanda was known for blitzing people and not gonna be allowed and da 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 da. I guess for me, I don't necessarily imagine, like, if I was in a similar scenario, if I had the opportunity to just be done with work early or to draw it out, why wouldn't I just choose be done early? You know what I mean? So I guess, yeah, maybe that part doesn't necessarily compute in my head, but at the same time, I can understand the fact that the way she lost before, because not for nothing, and I know some people say, oh, you're making excuses or whatever, but I had heard from inside sources before their first fight that it was maybe not even going to happen, that Mandy was maybe not even going to make it to the fight, that the injuries and things had been considerable. And I remember going into work and being like, whatever, this fight that we're going to be talking about at the end of the show to preview. Okay. I wasn't that confident that it was going to happen. And then, of course, it did happen. We know that Juliana won. I'm not taking anything away from her victory because Amanda showed up. And if you show up and fight me, you got to, whatever. But I do agree that this was more of the quote unquote real Amanda that we saw. And I can understand maybe her trying to just draw it out to say, if y'all forgot, like, this is how dominant I am. I mean, you got 50-43s, bro.
Hey, listen, it's okay if someone else buy it. I just don't buy it.
Okay.
The way that, look, if she was hitting her very fucking hard with those punches that literally made her fly. She didn't just get knocked down. She like flew across the fucking thing down.
No,
it was like Clubber.
She was trying to knock her
Clubber
out.
Lang versus Italian Stein. Now, if she was just beating her face into a pulp with jabs, then I would say that she was just trying to just fuck her up. But there was also times where Amanda, Juliana hit her with fucking hard punches, and half her fucking face was like this. I'm sure she didn't want that to happen. You know what I mean? Like that. There was a couple of times where she got hit hard. You know.
Oh yeah, no, Amanda is her. Yeah, like you said, the right side of her face was definitely puffy, and no, listen, Juliana's just a tough SOB. Like you just like wanting to knock that girl out and being able to knock that girl out are two totally different things.
She also looked like she's in another weight class. It looked like it reminded me of Kahadi Hadi versus fucking
I think
she looks, to me, she looked much smaller than Amanda. To me, she have like those skinny legs and stuff. Compared, Amanda is like a big fucking. In the comments, anybody? I don't know. She looked very much more like slender.
Well, this person is saying Amanda's big. I done goofed, but I mean,
what do you mean? She looked it's like
look at she's not. Here's the thing. I will bring up because I'm 5'8". I'm around their size. Like, so to me, Amanda is like normal size because she's like my size. Like she's my height.
Have you ever seen?
So Juliana is a little bit shorter, but Amanda's like my height, if not a little bit taller than me. So yes, I guess that's technically
shorter, but she also like, look at her legs. She have like a little leg. You know, she don't have the like beefy muscular legs. She's very like she's a petite woman. She's not a big. Let's put it to you this way: if I saw both of them, if you saw both of them,
they're neither of them are petite.
If you see both of them in a bar, Amanda is much more physically imposing than Juliana.
Yes, she is, like, not
just her expression on her face. She looked fucking bigger and more muscular.
She's broader shouldered. Neither of them are petite, but I'm telling you, as a woman,
go bring up. You love to put those things of the fight. Go look at both of them fighting and look at one and see if one looked the same as the other one.
You think?
The proof was on the pudding.
Okay, here we go. Okay, so you think Amanda looks
to me
much bigger?
Maybe I'm crazy. I think that Amanda looked like she's much bigger to me.
Well, and this time she came in real fit too. I mean, like if anything, the first fight between them, Amanda was like less in shape and might have seemed even big. Yeah, but those don't seem
those chicken sticks.
They look fine. They don't look chicken. I don't think Julia's chicken legs. I don't know.
Look at that.
I mean, yeah. I mean, Amanda's legs are a little bigger, but I honestly don't see a huge difference between them. But like I said, it's because I know Amanda's like my height or a little bit taller than me. So this seems quote unquote normal to me. They don't
do ask the fans, you know.
Ask the fans, is Mandy big? Well, this one's saying Mandy's thicker. So Fruits and Veg is saying Mandy is thicker.
But she's thicker and she's taller.
She is taller because I think Juliana is maybe 5'7", and Mandy I think is 5'9". Yeah.
For me, I don't know what other metric there is than taller.
I disagree, Tim. I don't think they are. They both weighed in the same weight. That I don't think so.
What did this put, Chim? Okay.
They're in the same weight class apart inside. There's no way you can say they're the same size. I disagree because, to be honest with you, I think Juliana in the past, if I'm not mistaken, she's a girl, and she not necessarily unlike our friend Gina Carano, who initially had gone into the gym like as a weight loss thing or something like that, and then learned that they had the love of the
wage.
No, that's what Gina had initially gone.
I know Gina.
Well, Juliana, like I said, I might be misremembering, and I apologize if I am. But I think I don't think she was like a woman who was like small all her life and got big to be a fighter. I don't think so.
Well, Gina is thickums. I mean, she's like got the thickness.
Yeah. To your point, I know you think there's a bigger size discrepancy. I would just say, to me personally, I don't see as big a size discrepancy between those two girls, but.
People see what different stuffs.
I just thought it was a hell of a fight, and yeah, I'm down for the trilogy. Like I said, Juliana, I would like her to, like in that clip we saw that, with the striking, you can tell that she sees blood and she's going for it, but then obviously leaves her chin a little too high, and I'd like her to tighten up her striking defense and stuff like that. Her aggression and all that is so effing great.
I just think that
yeah,
that thing threw her for a fucking loop. I mean, let's put it to you this way: if Amanda thought that it was just that she was sick last time, then she wouldn't have completely switched her stance for the fight.
Yeah, okay. She changed her fights style.
If that's what she thought, that the normal Amanda would just crush this girl, she would have just showed, okay, right. I'm just gonna do her like I do.
Because the jab worked. That means
switched her whole fucking approach, and it was So I don't know. I have
but more power to her. Look at you lose. What is it? Win or learn, right? So Mandy learned, came back, adapted, and won. So now it's on Juliana to win or learn, and for Juliana to come back and see what she can throw next time. Because like you said, she almost subbed her.
Yeah. I guess the whole thing was I just didn't buy, and I could be wrong, but I just didn't buy the thing about her saying she could have beat her at any time, and then I don't know.
I don't know if I buy it or didn't buy it. I don't love that kind of talk. How would I say that? Yeah.
Me neither. Because I don't think Juliana, unless they just hate each other, I could see you saying that to someone you fucking hate, but I don't know. I feel like she deserved a little more respect than that, but whatever.
Well, to your point, Henato, most people agree with you. I guess I'm biased because those girls seem normal size to me. Everybody seems to think Mandy was giant, though. So I don't know. What do I know?
I don't know.
I'm just a chick who's 5'8" herself and feels giant most of the time. So that's my own personal neuroses to deal with. Yeah. Anyway, how about we okay. So were there any other fights from the main card that you want to talk about? I was already telling people, our homie Anthony, he might have a busted ankle and stuff like it hurts me, dude. I don't even want to, it breaks my heart.
Now listen, when that happened, I thought to myself, I'm not surprised it happened. I'm surprised it doesn't happen more. Because sometimes I see people kick so fucking hard and then they hit and then you hear that fucking shit. I'm always expecting to see somebody's fucking foot flop off or whatever. So it's bound to happen at some point, It just was bad fucking luck. It was the luck of the draw. And I would have loved to see that fight if that didn't happen,
Right.
And it's not Uncle IF's fault,
Uncle IF. Ankle IF. Ironically, his name is Ankle IF.
The thing about that is I thought that he was trying to, I think maybe that's why he got that nickname, Ankle IF, because he was do that to people's ankle. They should look into that.
Something's fishy. But yeah, hopefully Anthony's okay. I sent him a message earlier and stuff. I haven't heard back from him. Obviously, I'm sure his phone's blowing up and he's got a lot going on, but I hope he's okay because we know we love the light-skinned heart,
Light-skinned heart, I think he's the type where he need a little moment to himself for a few days. He's not the type to be all talkative afterward. He need to retreat into himself.
He does. Lionheart is a Jimmy, that he said he may have broken the leg there. Anthony is that guy because he's a family man, he's a head of a household, got 4 kids and all this stuff, and he's actually a sensitive guy. I work with him a lot. He's a really dear friend of mine and I care about him a lot, and so I'm upset, but I know he's just going to be in his little cave for a minute and then I'll hear from him. Because I think I might be working with him next weekend, actually.
Well, another thing is that what's the good news?
What?
He's been training with fucking Weidman. What better person to fucking help you through this shitty situation than this guy, So it's almost like he couldn't have a better friend in terms of that. Like, there's only maybe 3 people in the world who understand what he's going through, I mean,
You're
like,
right.
so he's
You're
gonna
right.
be fine.
You're right. And yes, Dean D, Uncle Iev is a contender or two of I, because I think he was maybe number 4 even going into this one or whatever.
Yeah.
The only loss on his is to Paul Craig. And so Uncle Iev is probably, because this weekend we have Santos versus Hill, and I know those guys are challenging, and obviously Thiago was up there before, and we can get into that. But so in terms of who's at the top and who is ready to go, it's getting up near there, because listen, this guy Thiago Santos was a machine back in the day, and we know that he and John Jones had I'm a huge Marreta fan.
Oh yeah,
and obviously you're Brazilian, so I know you got to love this guy.
Yeah, he's a beast. This fucking guy here.
So so he fought Uncle Iev the last time out, and Uncle Iev won. But so Thiago is saying now that since he and Yana Kunitskaya have had their baby, that he is way more inspired, and that he's just a full-on, he said he's just got the predator warrior lion thing, now that he's just out for the kill or whatever, feels really re-inspired and reinvigorated now, having this new baby. So,
and he's going out against a very tough customer who is very hungry too.
Yeah. Marreta, by the way, Henato, if you're curious, he's fine.
Oh, you think he's fine? Yeah.
Everybody does.
Yeah, I don't blame. I mean, hey. I mean, there's a lot of good-looking guys in the world. I can't be the only fucking one.
How humble of you.
With some of these guys.
But yeah, so he's up against Jamahal, but it's funny because I remember talking about Thiago to some of my Brazilian friends, and I was like, that boy fine. And they were like, yeah, no, we know. everybody kind of knows. But Jamahal, also somebody who lost to Paul. But Jamahal has incredible boxing, and he has the kind of boxing that you it's not fast necessarily. You feel like you can kind of see it coming, and then he still does it.
Fast. That hook just looked pretty fast over there.
I'm not saying he's not fast, but I'm just saying he lands everything.
He come from different angle. I love the way this kid fight. He's something. I mean, he's also got a lot of fucking confidence.
Tons of confidence.
On that shit,
But you see what I mean? Because he has such long arms that you see it coming. That's what I'm saying. But it still lands.
But then, what's saying though is he's not always having his guard way up here. So it's sometimes you don't see it coming because he's coming from down here.
Okay, all right, that makes sense.
Yeah, he's not afraid to keep a little low, the average pair.
Right. Well, yeah, I mean, he's right in the average pair. Your cricket is kicking in a little bit, but okay. Oh, there you are.
What else gives a shit anymore?
Hey, so Henato, also, on the main card, I did think that the Derek Lewis fight was stopped too early, but
me too, and me, I will give the benefit of the doubt on that shit. Too soon. He deserved. I say let what's his fucking name? The Russian kid,
Pavlovich.
Let him. He just should have let him hit him 2 more times down there. Just let him hit him 2 times. If there's no response after that, just shut it off.
Especially Derek Lewis, and I'm not trying to bust on, who was Ruffin Steve? Was it really on, or who was it? I'm not trying to, look at a ref's job is to protect the fighter, but you're in Texas and it's the Black Beast and it's heavyweights, and Derek's had some fights where he looks rocked and then he comes back or whatever, but this bummed me out.
When he was down on his knees, he should have let the guy hit him twice.
Yeah.
If after that nothing, then you stop it. But he didn't even give him a chance to take any punches down there.
Yeah, it bummed me out, and I feel like Derek and our homie Jairzinho have kind of gotten screwed lately on a couple of early stops, and it just bums me out.
Yeah, that one was too soon, I believe. Yeah, I believe it was too soon. And
I don't even Dana said that too, right?
Yeah, he said that. Yeah. But I say that even less than Dana does. You know, I sometimes I just lean towards let the guy have a save his brain or whatever. But on this one, no, too soon.
Yeah. Well, and the people are saying, yeah, they feel bad. For Derek, it was a bad face plant, though. It didn't even put his hands up. I mean, I guess that's the thing, right? The way you fall sometimes is indicative of.
That's why I said while he was down there. Just let him get one or two. I don't mean a massacre. Just let him get a couple. Boop, boop. And if he just didn't let him take any, I just think, let him take one or two. And then you can, then I would have been satisfied. But, I didn't get a chance to see if he was even, how he would have responded to that,
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. It sucks.
And when he popped up, he looked crystal fucking clear.
Right.
He didn't look up nothing. And I was kind of like, oof. But listen, I'm not a heifer raiser.
And I'm not a heifer.
And I'm not. Well, that's he meant to be.
Henato.
Listen, heifer.
Now, heifer.
Heifer. What the fuck I was gonna say?
Early stoppage.
Yeah, early stoppage. Yeah. Let's put it to you this way. I don't want blood. Like, I'm not looking for the fucking heifer's head or nothing. I just happen to think it was an early stoppage. I'm not saying let's get rid of this guy, like whatever. It's not like that egregious or whatever. Just in my opinion, he's too quick. It was quick on the draw one, and give him a little bit the benefit of the doubt when it was like his fucking night. You know what I mean?
Right. And this guy's saying if you watch the replay, he's rolling with every punch, never gets hit. Like, it sucks.
I agree.
Hey,
look. When last time we had the same discussion about, I can't remember what was it last episode. Where we was talking about a quick stoppage of something here.
Yeah, we were talking about who's quick stoppage. Last show we did.
You know that I was saying it wasn't the last time, so I'm not just the one who's gonna always say it's a quick stoppage.
Right.
This one, my threshold is high for that, and I agree completely with everybody who said it's a quick stoppage.
Yeah,
I was too quick. Period.
Yeah. It was. Hey, okay, but so this does bring up, since we are already on to, we were kind of talking about the light heavies and that kind of thing. We have a Chidi's Choice for this weekend, and I was letting everybody know the last time we had Chidi's Choice, we did take the week off last week, so he did not pick between Julie and Mandy, but he did pick Curtis Blades correctly last time, and before that he picked Rafael Fiziev over Rafael dos Anjos. And
now, why can't I even remember what the fuck?
What?
Why can't I even remember what happened in the Curtis? But everything is
It was a fluke. Tom hurt his knee. It was a 15-second fight.
Yes.
They were guns a-blazing. That's the whole thing. This is my trip to London. It was amazing. We were all so excited. Molly did it again with another GD spinning elbow. Are you effing kidding me? Patty Pimblett comes out and submits Jordan Levitt. Like, what? Like, we were like, we're all like thirsty for, okay, so the Hermanson Curtis thing wasn't exactly what we expected, but it was supposed to be Darren Tilbo. Anyway, so by the time it was time for Aspinall and Blades, we're starving for it. We're ready for it. It looks like it's going to be amazing. They exchange, blah, 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 blah. Tom throws a kick, steps back, and his knee gives out, and the fight is over.
That was a bummer. Now, I told Molly Meachball and Patty Pimblett that your Uncle Henato said hi, but
Of course. No, they're lovely. They're great. I had a really fun time with them. They're great. So, okay. So let me get to this. We will see what Chidi thinks. For those who don't know, Chidi is the mascot for Tuesday Night Festivities. He is a bearded dragon lizard, a couple of years old. Actually, a couple of years old. We've had him a couple of years. And he makes picks. Initially, we thought he picked losers. And then it turns out that Chidi actually does pick winners. So just...
He lives with losers, Pohan. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Now, Aurora's not a loser.
I'm just going to say she's not a loser. Okay, so let's see, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, let's check out Chidi's Choice, Santos versus Hill. Well, hello and welcome to another edition of Chidi's Choice. This week we are looking at Santos versus Hill. Chidi is a bearded dragon, and his record lately has actually been very, very good. So last time out he picked Curtis Blades to win. It was an upset. Chidi got it right. What we're going to do here is we are going to take Santos and Hill. We are going to roll these up right here. Chidi sometimes does have a tendency to go to the right, not gonna lie, but we are going to just drop these and pick one. Okay, they stuck together. Okay, one there, one there. All right, Chidi, here we go. All right, again, he did go to the right. And Chidi. But the name drop is random, so it doesn't matter.
The luck is it's all in the you put it there.
Looks like Chidi believes Jamahal Hill will be getting the victory over Thiago Santos.
I tend to agree with that.
So yeah, Chidi believes Jamal's going to get the win.
I tend to agree with him on this here. I can't disagree with Chidi.
I don't know, but I was telling people before that I suggested to Chidi's handler, his agent, that maybe we could try something by humanely sort of disorienting him by spinning him a little, or just turning him backwards away from the food source.
Disorient the guy.
Well, no, but I said maybe we just turn him backwards, and Kiddo said that Chidi probably would just stay backwards and probably wouldn't necessarily like turn around to go get the food. So we still just had to put him down straightforward. But the name drop is random, so it doesn't matter. Even if he always goes to the right, the name drop part is random, I guess. I don't know.
Well,
maybe it's a work in progress. If you have a better idea, let me know.
I say you feed him both of the crumpled up thing, and whatever he shits out first is the one. But it's gonna take a while. You gotta do a time lapse on that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to start planning a lot sooner, right? Wow. Okay, so yeah, I just want to let everybody know that wait, so what did they say? Occam's razor. Occam's razor, for those who don't know, is the most obvious answer to something is probably the right one. Like if the shortest distance from A to B is probably the correct answer or whatever. So Occam's razor, right? Chidi just right-handed. He's Orthodox arugula eater. And you could be right. I am a southpaw, but Chidi could be right-handed. So you're right. You're right. Occam's razor blade. Okay. So Tim says Chidi. Okay, you read that. Chidi's my boy. He's actually a sadist misanthrope. If you tell him to pick the winner, he picks the loser, and vice versa. He revels in schadenfreude from deceiving bettors in Machiavellian fashion. Machiavellian fashion.
I knew it. That's what I thought. He's playing us. He's playing three-dimensional chess. We're still playing shoots and ladders.
Shoots and ladders. For those,
this guy is he's controlling us. He's like the Manchurian Candidate for him.
For those who don't know, Schadenfreude is a German phrase that means taking pleasure from somebody else's pain. So,
pleasure from somebody else's pain.
Anyway, he thinks Jamal's going to win it. Here's the thing. It's totally possible. But so Santos had these incredible fights. Then he had his knee injury and he's coming back for them. He was mad at Rakic because he was like, Rakic is boring and Rakic made a boring fight and blah, 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 blah. But listen, Santos had his moments in the last one, but then lost. But like when Thiago is firing on all cylinders, he's so dangerous. But Jamal is looking great. So dang, I don't know.
Jamal's just so fucking crafty. I just think that, of course, either one can win. I mean, and especially my hat up because he have his like that hammer, you know. But I feel like Jamal has like more upside. Like I feel like we haven't even seen where this guy could go, you know. Okay. This is a hunch that I had. It could be not, but you know how we talk about, like, for instance, a Paddy Pimblett, you know? I feel he's doing great. I don't think he's anywhere near where he's gonna be, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And that Jamal might be special. He might be special, you know?
He could be. And yeah, I mean, and it could be, sadly, you know, as we know, MMA is a cruel mistress, and time marches on, and you suddenly are a lot older than you thought you were in that octagon with somebody that, you know what I mean? Like you know, I don't know. But all I'm saying is that all the things that Marreta is saying are the right things about how he's reinvigorated, re-inspired, and all that.
Hey, I'm not he invigorated. Hey, look, I feel like shit, porra. I feel like this time out, I don't give myself too much fucking chance. He gotta say that stuff.
Hey, I'm here to collect a paycheck.
Yeah, I'm here to just go through the motion.
Yeah, I do like watching his stuff with training and the stuff that Yana does, like where they have the baby right there and stuff like that. I think it's adorable. I think they're cute. I think they're real cute. I like them.
Cute too. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, so okay, so so wait, I just want to make sure. Okay, Chidi, everybody, people are starting to recognize that Chidi knows some stuff, though. Yeah. Okay, so Silent DCM is saying they think that Santos is going to shoot on Jamahal since his boxing's so good.
We shall see, boy.
We shall see. We shall see. And yeah, it's, Jamahal does have that street fight experience. Like but like, listen.
Probably never been in a fucking street fight before.
Dude, I was just going to say, Jamahal has street fighting experience. Thiago Santos was a Brazilian paratrooper. This man used to jump out of flying things, land, and then kick ass.
Yeah, but
he is afraid of nothing.
He didn't land into the streets. He landed into the forest. He could eat stuff that make a billy goat puke. He's like a John Hambaugh.
Literally, Marreta is on my freaking zombie killing squad. Like that dude jumped out of planes and helicopters to then land and then go kick ass.
Yeah, but Jamahal will fight with his hands. He's fight African Americans and Puerto Ricans and some Mexican too.
Marreta's on the zombie squad. Sorry,
that's because
Jamahal isn't. But Marreta's like a first ballot choice for me for a zombie squad. Like
that's just because
him and like Gaethje, remember, and like Lawler. I've always said, bless you. There are a few people that are just the like that. If I had Gaethje, Santos, and Lawler as my first line of defense against zombies, I think it'd be okay.
I think that's a hypothetical situation. It's probably not going to even happen.
Your lips to God's ears, Henato.
Yeah, my ears to God's lips.
Yeah, but when people kiss your ear too loud, then it hurts.
Nah, if they kiss it like that, they nibble on that one.
No, but
it's nibble on my ears. I can't concentrate.
You like that?
I do.
Are you sensitive on your ears?
No, that's a way to get on my good side, porra. When they start to do a little, I like when there's a little nibbling going on, but then also you can feel their breathing, their natural breathing is coming there, through the nose or whatever.
Yes.
And that shiver me chambers, that shiver me buttocks.
I like the breathing sound. I just don't want you to talk too loud because I have such bad tinnitus. My ears ring, so I have such sensitive ears.
Hey, they're not. Hopefully, they're not talking like that. They're talking like
right.
What's that one yin yang trend? Like, hey, little mama, put my dick in your mouth. You don't remember that, the whisper song or whatever?
No.
You don't remember the whisper song?
I don't. I don't know.
You don't remember the whisper song?
I don't. I'm telling you.
Well, hey,
I don't think so, unless I just never knew that's what it was called. But I don't.
A hip hop song, it's a rap song, and it's these southern rappers. And the whole time they whisper it like that, like they're talking in a woman's ear.
I don't know it.
You'll remember that one. I don't remember the lyric, but for the fans out there, give us a couple lyrics in the comments.
The whisper song?
The whisper song. The Yin Yang Twin. I thought you was a big Yin Yang Twin fan. You like the Cribs episode with Yin Yang Twin. It's true. I can't disagree with that.
Henacho's sneeze sounded like a release of the pent-up rage of decades staving off 1,000 attempted child support claimants.
It's true. I'm allergic to child support. Baby.
You're allergic to child support?
I'm allergic to disgruntled baby mamas.
Hey, would you ever ask for child support?
Yes.
You would.
Yeah, but I'm not.
Maybe, I mean, because maybe because maybe one of these ladies of yours actually has deep pockets.
Did you
What
see?
if you turned the tables,
I
Henato?
will turn the table too. That's my fucking plan all along. Now, here's another. They throwing a monkey hench. You see this? I can't remember which senator, but somebody's trying to. I think it what's that Mexican fucking guy in like in Texas or something like
The
that?
one who's trying to say get rid of child support?
No, it's the opposite. He's trying to make it so that a women can collect child support at the moment of conception. I'm not even. I wish I was joking about this. What's the Latino guy's name? Not fucking Chad Cruz. Not
Beto?
Who?
Beto O'Rourke? No.
Does that sound like a Latino to you?
He is, though, isn't he?
O'Rourke? What?
I don't know who you're talking about. I didn't hear this. I'm sorry. I was out of the country.
I'm getting confused because
God bless myself. Oh, Ted Cruz, he's saying. Is it Ted?
No. I said not Chad Cruz.
Not Ted Cruz. I'm saying I was out of the country. I didn't hear this BS. I just
confused because Ricardo Montalban's name was O'Rourke on fucking Fantasy Island. But you never mind that. Who is the fucking guy that you remember Trump was making fun because he was have a dry mouth and he was drinking water? Fuck was this guy's name? And he called Marco Rubio.
Oh, Marco Rubio. Yeah, okay.
This fucking guy wanna do a thing where women can collect a child support and they can give back support. Like if they get pregnant, have the baby, the man is gonna be responsible from when is the date of he put the seed in there.
But here's the thing. So we wouldn't really know that until backtracking. So I couldn't, as silly as that sounds, the night of this really wonderful date, I wouldn't necessarily really know. There's not a thing that women don't necessarily know. I mean, bells don't go off, alarms don't go off when it clicks and when it works. Like you would only know that retroactively.
Exactly, and that's what he's suggesting. He suggests that when you have the baby, then the guy's gotta pay. He's gotta pay from 9 months before that. I wish that this was a bit that I'm doing.
Well, but if you're forcing women to have babies, you should pay for the doctor's appointments too. You should pay for it. Why is it all of a sudden her problem? I know this is not necessarily a political show, but why is it all the woman's problem?
It is the woman problem. I didn't do that. I'm not the one.
Yeah, you did.
Pregnant. I'm not pregnant.
But you made it happen. You're 50% responsible. Why is it now all her problem?
Well, because she wanted it.
Why do men, I'm sorry, like I said, this is not a political show, but why do men hate women?
She wanted it more than I did for her.
Honestly, we got to change the subject or I'm going to get like really crazy. I just,
well,
I did see though, there was one politician, I use that term loosely, I suppose, who was trying to like make some really convoluted argument. And I was even showing my kid and I couldn't even wrap myself around it. Like, you know, that meme where the lady in the math problems and all the formulas are going, this guy somehow had this really circular, bizarre argument that like by eliminating child support, it would also decrease abortion. It was the weirdest argument that made no sense. And I still don't understand it.
I think it's empowering for women to not have child support because they can pull themselves up from their own bootstrapping, like the people on welfare. So I think it's healthy. Wow. Listen, they don't need nothing from me. I can't listen. You know what? How sexist, how chauvinistic for me to think that a woman can't raise a child on her own, that she need a man to put his 2 cents in there and mansplain. I don't think, how presumption and
how modern and forward thinking of you. How feminist of you, Renato.
True, I am a feminist, porra. I think to assume that I feel like it's more to let her to her own devices, porra.
Oh God. Until men can have babies, you guys should have no say in what we do with our bodies. But anyway,
Listen, I don't force them to get to not get an abortion. I'm just forcing them to have sex.
Anyway, like I said, we gotta change the subject because we just gotta change the subject. It's not gonna end well. We gotta.
In Portuguese, it's aborto. Aborto. Sounds nicer that way. Aborto. You know, it sounds like a fragrance. Aborto.
Aborto. But who is it? By Calvin Decline.
Yeah, no, by Guy Laroche. Or a designer in Polish. Anyway, it smells like a Giorgio. It smells like a Jorginho. But it's only half the price for her. Like a Mexican abortion. Tijuana. TJ. Just like TJ Maxx, just like Trader Joe, it costs less for her, and I like that. Look, if you're gonna get an abortion, why pay designer prices? At least
I can't even believe I'm laughing at this. This is so wrong. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm laughing at this. Dude, that's so wrong. You can't.
I didn't find it funny. You don't see me laughing about it. Unlike you, I don't find a botch something to make life. I guess you think that's something to be guffawing and giggling about.
Just like
people, what do you think?
Oh, at TJ Maxx. Oh, I went and I got some good sneakers and some drapes and a half price.
Huh? I didn't meant for that. Well, some people have a sick sense of humor. I didn't meant for that to be like that.
Oh God, that hurts my stomach.
It hurts.
Oh God.
You get a Mexican watch too. Oh God. Hi y'all. Check my wife, please. Check my.
Okay, yeah. Silence DM is exactly right. Abort the conversation.
Abort.
Oh my God.
You know what that remind me of? You know,
my stomach hurts.
It, but it sounds like he's saying it. You ever seen fucking Godfather 2?
Yeah.
When he go, you remember the guy talk like that? You know, he goes, I want the Hosado brothers dead. And then what's his name? Michael goes, no. And then he go, abort. Or no, he goes, I'm sorry. He go, march. And he gets pissed, and then he don't even want to be there no more. He goes to his right-hand man. He goes, Chidi, abort. And it sounds like he's saying abort, like in Portuguese, but he's saying that. I think it's like he's saying the door, aporto, you know, but he sounds
aporto, yeah, aport. Abort, yeah.
Chidi, abort. Anyway.
Wow. I'll have to look back at that one. I have not seen it.
I want the Hosado brothers dead. Now, march. March. And that's what I would say. Like if a girl goes, what you want to do about that? She go, I'm pregnant. What you want to do? Abort. Abort.
Honestly, though, not for nothing, but as a no rubber guard kind of guy, like, has anything changed in your approach to the ladies?
No, I haven't changed my mind about that.
You might want to think about it.
I got nothing to lose. There's nothing you can do to
the house is in somebody else's name.
It's true. The baby is in somebody else's name, porra. I'm gonna change my phone number to unlisted. Oh, God, I'm gonna block your number.
Oh God. Oh my God.
Teach eyeball.
Hey, so Henato, but we've been on for a bit. If we have some questions here, we can get to them. But yeah, did you we've been off for a couple of weeks, and I was over in London, and I had a fantastic vacation. But what have you like? Yeah, what have you been doing? Like, what do you
was doing? Did you have some bangers and mash, or did you have anything, or did you get banger and get mashed, or anything like that?
No.
What are you gonna get in a barge?
No.
get an abortion? Let's say if something happened out there, would you get an abortion?
Henato, I'm not talking about that.
Okay, come on. Okay, so
Listen,
anyway, tell us
listen.
about the vacation.
I had a fantastic vacation, and honestly, I know we had mentioned before I left. Oh yeah, maybe we'll do a show after while I'm over there. Dude, I didn't even think about it. Like, I was having a great time. It was so, and I've always said this and I've always known this, and I don't want to be a hater, but when I leave America, I have a lot of fun. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
it's not good enough for you here, huh? Well, why don't you go?
I'm not good enough for men here, apparently, because nobody asked me out. But once I leave America, all of a sudden I'm apparently attractive.
Wow. Hey, listen, there's some guys here who would throw you a bombs or whatever here and there.
I don't know. All I know is it's not even that. It's not even that. It's not, because it's not even about that. I'm just saying, I find that, and maybe it's not that people here in LA aren't nice or whatever. And I used to love living in New York, and I talk to people all the time. I just feel that, LA is a car city, right? And it's a bubble city, and you're in your this, and we spend a lot of time alone here. And even when you do go out, I think there is a lot of the sort of, maybe you're talking to somebody, but, oh, wow, is that somebody famous that just came? I don't know. I feel like LA is a lot about trying to level up, and people don't necessarily always just sort of live in the moment or just talk to other people, whatever. I don't know. I met cool people out at places, struck up conversations. I was there. My cousin met me over there. We get along great. So our personalities are great. So we jibe really well. We met all kinds of people and just talked to people. And like, I just met really lovely people over there. Like, I just had a really great time not being here, I think is really what it was.
I have us to kick around anymore, Why don't you move out there then? I came to this country with nothing for her.
Right.
Anyway.
And I'm just saying.
Well, you're not ingratiating yourself to our American patriot here and our fan that is struggle every day to put bread and water for their family. And they're doing kitchen chop issues, how the price of milk, the gas, all that stuff.
I will venture this argument.
You hate America. That's it.
I will venture this argument. Maybe I'm just better on vacation. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's not everybody here. Maybe I just have a different mentality when I'm on vacation. Maybe I'm just happier and more friendly or something when I'm on the road. So maybe it isn't the city. Maybe it is just me.
Because on vacation, you think you're in hedonism too. You're drinking margaritas and you're trying to do stuff with people. Yeah.
Speaking of which, you know what I'm going to do?
Why?
Because I'm going to let her have her privacy. But here's what I'm going to do right now. And I'll do this. Okay. So she's just in the other room.
You mommy?
Hey, Mom. I know you're in the other room. And now I'm putting you on the show live. But I need you. Maybe can you just record something here? Just read Henato, the riot act. Curse him out in patois. And I'll just play this thing here onto YouTube. Okay?
My phone is about to die, by the way, Porra.
Plug it in.
I can't.
Okay. Well, I will see how quickly she responds, and then we can wrap it up. But if there are any questions here, we can get to Enderman.
Let's answer some questions.
Yes, I'm looking. So Jimmy Jam asking what had happened. And what had happened was, I said this at the beginning of the show. Angie and I just kind of went on hiatus because Fight Pass decided they wanted to do Angie's show with Jessica Pena. So they picked that one up. And then Angie's also doing her podcast with her husband, and she's on Sirius XM radio, and she's still a professional fighter, just busy, just a lot going on. Yeah, just a lot going on, but she's awesome and always supporting her. So, just check out her other stuff, and maybe we'll bring it back. It's just that, she just had a lot going on now. So everyone's here going, wong, wama. Okay, wait. Okay, wait, she hasn't opened it. I'm not going to lie. There's a chance she may have fallen asleep.
Listen, obviously
she took a very early flight from the East Coast this morning. She may have fallen asleep.
If she lays her Jamaican peepers on your Uncle Henato, she may never want to go back to Jamaica.
Yeah, I'm now I feel loud. She's literally in the next room, but since she hasn't seen it, and she was watching our show live, I think she may have fallen asleep because she got up really
If
on the East Coast time.
she's gonna think I'm Shana Paul. She's gonna
But you know what I'll do?
Paul.
While she's here, I'll record her reading you the riot act, and then I'll put it, we'll have it for next week's show.
She's attracted from me, and you hate it. You can't stand it.
Yes, I'm keeping her from you. That's exactly it.
You hate that.
I do. I don't know if I'd want you to date any of my friends.
I understand that, but I'm not talking about your friends. I'm talking about your mom. And then I
definitely don't want you dating my mom.
I will be like your new dad, your new stepdad, and I'm gonna tell you what's gonna how it's gonna be, and I'm gonna give you what for.
So would I call you stepdad, Uncle Hanach? Well, how would that be? Dad?
You call me Pie.
Pie?
Or Papi. Or
Milk Pie.
I'll let you call me Zaddy. You know what that is? Zaddy. I'm Zaddy.
Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure she fell asleep now, so that's a bummer. But listen, we can wrap it up here. I know your phone is dying and all of that. But listen, Fruits and Veg saying Henato and Karyn Bryant's a perfect match.
I think Karyn Bryant is a perfect match. You mean like how in what way? More than friends or how?
No, you mean the show. I think they just mean the show, right?
Either way.
Well, listen, I agree. And for those who've never seen this before, this is episode 46, Henato. We've actually done it 46 times.
And no baby. That's just how I like that one. Keep the baby out of there.
And sometimes it's hours on end and still no baby.
It is hours on end, and still I have the stamina for her.
Okay. Anyway, Henato, I have this weekend off, but as we know, Chidi claims
He
that
never a weekend off for her. You got this guy doing all kind of shit.
Chidi
work for the lettuce.
Chidi picked Jamahal Hill, but yeah, I'm back on the back in the saddle, back at the desk next weekend for Dominic versus Cheeto. But next week, we'll be back with this show. But until then, Henato, where can people find you on social media?
As always, they can find me on Henato_Laranja on Instagram. And then from there, we check it from there. No pressure, if you want to, I'm going to tell you where you can find me after that.
Okay.
What kind of events I'm doing or how to get in touch with me for our privates or whatever.
Okay. I think people...
Even some body work, chai body work. Maybe half chai, half Swedish. Either way.
Cool. Okay. And I will actually, this is one thing that I was thinking today, is that with this month, me having a little bit more time off from work, I'm going to seriously try. Wait, what?
You said with me having time instead of having. I think you think he's back in jolly old England or whatever.
Did I say halving?
Yeah, you said a halving.
Well, I'm also on season 3 of Mad Men with the kid, and that's the season where the English crew bought the agents, brought Sterling Cooper. This is like my 4th watch on Mad Men, but I love that show. But I was going to say, I'm really going to endeavor, and I know I keep saying it, I know I've been teasing, but to put these up as audio downloads as well, now that I should have some time, and I think I could just go back and probably get well, I was going to say get it all up. That's for you, though. But I was going to try to get all of those shows up.
Problems with that part.
Have you?
I said I don't have no problem with that part.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yes. We got the Chidi and Henacho's got the bang bang. There we go.
Bang.
There you go. But yeah, so for me on Instagram, it's KB Heat. On YouTube, Twitter, all that, it's Karyn Bryant, Karyn Bryant, as in Kobe, no relation, but may he rest in peace. And yeah, so this was episode 46. We do this every Tuesday night. We do have festivities.com where you can find all of these videos as well. But also they are all up on YouTube and all that good stuff. So we just appreciate you being here, right, Henato?
I agree that you appreciate me being here. It was nothing for me.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry to hear about your child support case, but hopefully the appeal goes well.
Rambo, some Chinese. Don't worry, I'll get my revenge.
Okay.
Fucking revenge.
Okay.
You'll
And
see.
for those who joined us late, and if you missed any of it, Cynthia Calvillo hung out with us for about an hour, which was awesome. She's such a cool girl. So if you missed any of that, just back it up and check it out, because she's cool. She's just cool, and she's fighting next weekend, and that was a lot of fun. I'm really glad she was able to hang out with us tonight. It was really cool.
It was a heel treat for her.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Okay.
Don't take any wooden nickel. We're gonna see you next week, God willing, for her, and another one in the books for her.
Yep. All right. Well, Henato, it's great catching up with you again. Lovely to see you. Looking good.
I agree. And I'll see you next week, for her.
All right, folks. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Ciao.